All right, hello, all you beautiful people. Good afternoon, good evening, and yes, I stole that right from Rennell. They say the most sincerest form of flattery is imitation, do they not? So yes, all you beautiful people, and the ugly one too, which is out there in Florida somewhere. People know who he is. We're gonna do a stream today, and I got the wonderful, the amazing Nikki with me to do this stream. Cool, right?
Definitely cool.
Hi, can they all hear you?
Hi.
I fixed all the audio. I made all the audios equal. I think we're good. But just for the outside, let me make sure that you can hear me and you can hear Nikki, because we got a lot to go over here. Let me tell you, there's some good stuff coming up here. Okay, you don't want to miss this. You ready? You ready, Nikki?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Awesome. All right, so let me give a little background. So, as people know, Miss Katie Joy Paulson, also known as Without a Crystal Ball, ages ago decided to do some really stupid legal stuff by trying to falsely accuse multiple people, multiple things. You know, kind of like what she does daily. In the process of doing that, she had filed 3 false temporary restraining orders, all of which were dismissed. And she said they was going to sue me and Sherelle from Sherelle's World, who, by the way, is, I think, being sued by other people, but that's a whole different video. So, and when she was going to sue me, you know, I kind of preemptively said, okay, well, you know, I have a case against her, and I'm going to sue her. And so I got myself a lawyer. Yes, an actual lawyer. Actually, multiple lawyers. There's actually 5 that I actually had to deal with in that particular. When you get a lawsuit, you get a firm, right? And so there's a couple people really more directly I was working with, but basically there was about 5 people involved in that. Now, as people know, I wasn't able to file. I've already addressed, you know, some of the reasons why. Obviously, you know, here's my take on it. And Nikki has read all this stuff. Aaron has read all this stuff, and other people are well aware of what would happen. But when my lawyers had said to me, "Hey, look," and this was only a few months ago. This was like in May. Said, "Hey, you know, Steve, I've read 7M's lawsuit. There's just nothing going to be left if you sue." I mean, he was pretty brutal about it. He's like, you know, these are the options we have, but after reading this, you know, what's going to be left over? What is it you want to get out of this kind of stuff, right? I mean, do you want to invest another 20, 30,000? I've already put in, you know, 5,000 my own money, 10,000 total. And I'm like, well, what can I do to get some justice, right? And so I will tell you this: I have been invited to be a witness on other lawsuits that are suing Katie Joy. I'm not going to say which ones or when or whatever, but I have been invited. Have I not, Nikki? Nikki, you there? Did I lose you already? Nikki!
Sorry, I'm here. I ran to get my tea.
No, that's fine. I just asked you a question and I got dead silence. I'm like, damn it. I was saying that I have been invited to be a witness on other lawsuits, and in fact, this particular thing we're reading might be involved in other lawsuits. Correct?
Yep.
Okay, so that's good right there. But like I said, I have to be practical. And her lawsuit against me is really what it really wanted, because my lawsuit against her, I think most people recognize it's all BS. I've already gone over it. I've shown where she lied in it. As far as public opinion, if they don't believe by now, I don't really care. They're not my audience, and they're idiots. But what I really wanted was this, what we're going to read to you tonight, because I'm going to read the whole thing. It is mind-blowing. It is going to be probably used in other lawsuits, because she has accused me of things she's accused of other content creators. Very foolish to do that, I think. I still want her to file. If she files, that's completely fine. I have no worries about that whatsoever. Matter of fact, I have additional legal things that I have looked into that might be really good if she does file. But I wanted you all to see the
Outrageousness of this.
Yeah, insanity. Insanity is a good word, isn't it?
It is insane. I don't even know how she got away with saying all this stuff. I don't understand.
Well, what do you have to have before we even start? I mean, what do you want to tell people? Because again, I have shown you. You know, look. I'm going to be straight up. People that have come to me direct, I will be very appreciative of for in perpetuity, so to speak. I mean, I wanted people to come to me and say, "Hey, Steve, can you help me with this? Can you ask my questions?" And those who did got answers. Go figure. I know, right? Crazy.
Yeah, every time.
So I mean, what do you? Go ahead. You know, just say whatever you want. I don't care. I haven't told you ever what to say or not to say. I always just tell the truth, right? So go ahead.
When I first saw this, and haven't gone over everything, but what I was seeing and what KJ was claiming that Steve had did, I had to laugh, and then I couldn't speak. I was mind boggled. I mean, this shit that she says, trying to say that she needs to move house now because of Steve.
Yes. Yeah, she
That
claims that
one
she
I
has to
think was
move.
the worst part, and I'm going, what?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. She has to move because of me, and yet she also has claimed that Todd Chrisley is the reason why she was swatted 4 times. I'm like, pick a lane.
Yeah,
Who is he? Who
who
is
is
this
it?
person that is, the reason for all your ills and all your woes and all your harassment? Supposedly, is it Todd Chrisley? Is it Jeffree Star? Is it Molly Golightly? Is it the psycho from UK? Is it me? I mean, pick a person, because I mean, I don't know if you saw on Twitter, Nikki, but I literally put her entire daily playbook. Just insert a name and then go with it.
Yeah, I just can't believe that she said all these things. She sat there. I can just imagine what she was telling her lawyer. What
Right.
lie can I get away with?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, there's no question about it. I mean, her lawyer knows it's all bunk. I mean, I will tell you right now, every lawyer that I've ever talked to that have dealt with her legal team was not impressed, to say the least.
No, same with the other individuals that are suing her. Their lawyers, from what I understand, like the judge is so upset with her because she's just doing whatever the fuck she wants.
And they let her get away with it, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. She was getting away with it, but this last time she was supposed to hand in stuff, like with 7M. They were trying to get a hold of the court, the judge, and everything, and they couldn't even get a hold of them. So KJ took that as, well, they didn't follow suit, so I'm winning. No, that's not what happened.
Yeah. By the way, that's a whole different ball game. But yeah, that's exactly what happened with that. I'll just touch on it real quick because I don't want to get too sidetracked. But for those who don't know, Katie just completely lied to her audience once again. I mean, this is a ubiquitous thing. She was telling her audience, because 7M didn't meet a deadline, that their case was basically dead. Matter of fact, I think that was the word she used. That's absolutely incorrect. What happened was that both sides had asked the judge for some kind of extension on the discovery. Yeah. And the judge basically replied to both of them, "You have to do this in a motion." It was a very quick handwritten note on the very top of the informal letter, because some areas they just are very familiar with the judge and they're just like, okay, we're gonna do this very informally. I get that, but the judge was like, nope, I want this as a motion to both parties, and they didn't miss anything. So no, their thing is not deal down the water, and even if they don't get their extension, who the hell cares? In fact, I think they're asking for a 10-day trial instead of a 6 or something.
I can't remember, but it wasn't it they both didn't hand it in on time.
Correct.
Or something like that. But it wasn't like that entirely because I think they were trying. I don't know. I just remember reading they were trying to get at least 7M's part. They were trying to get a hold of the judge and hand things in and whatnot, and they weren't even being acknowledged. So that's why they didn't do it on time.
Right, exactly.
And Katie didn't do it at all because she thinks she's above the law.
Yeah, well, she also had not done anything in the Chrisley case, saying that, I'm just going to wait until find out what his criminal case was. And I don't know if were you in the call? Were you in the call for that?
Yep.
Okay, so did the judge not specifically even say something along the lines? Well, no, it was the judge. It was the oh my God, it was because I was in that call, but she was saying something along the lines as a lawyer that they were waiting for the discovery that they had asked. Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. Chrisley wanted the name of the source that Katie had supposedly said was from the show Chrisley Knows Best. And the thing that they were talking about was interrogatory number 3, which was the question that was, who was this person? And the judge had basically asked the lawyer something, and the lawyer said, I've already sent it. And the other lawyer's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And they went to a little sidebar and figured it out. Basically, I've come to find out that Katie admitted basically she has no name for the source. She has no phone number from the source. She has no source. She look, you can infer, I can infer, because I'm not, in that court case, I wasn't there, but I can infer that she lied. And I'm going to say that she lied.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
and the judge wasn't impressed with her at all.
Yeah, because, they know a game player when they see it, right? I mean, Katie can play all the games she wants on YouTube, but when it comes to court, she can't get away with that stuff.
No, not at all. Not at all. So I'm, they just need to crack down on her because they're letting her get away with too much shit. That's how I feel, because she does. She just continues to get away with things when she's supposed to hand them, when you're abiding the law, when you're supposed to be anyways, is what I mean. And the judge kind of lets things slide. Like, shouldn't she be, I don't know, in contempt of court of a lot of the stuff?
Here's the thing, though. Judges don't know people, right? I mean, they don't know people's history and things of that nature. They kind of have to treat everybody kind of fairly. I get that. They don't have the background that we have when it comes to, like, Katie. But, those things that they kind of look to the side on, those don't last very long, right? They give it a little bit of leeway, but after a while they start cracking down. right?
Yeah.
So, all right,
I just wish they'd hurry the hell up about it because, you know, I mean, I know he's not watching her person. He doesn't know exactly what she's doing, but just all the fuckery surrounding all these cases. And I don't know if he knows all of everything that's been involved, but I mean, I guess it'd just be one strike right now for her, right? With this judge.
Well, yeah, you don't want to go into a court case with a judge not having favorable opinions of you. I mean, obviously they remain in bias, but every judge still, has their own opinions and stuff. And a judge can tell when somebody is just BSing. Matter of fact, I want this particular complaint to go to court because it is all such BS. I want her to defend this shit. My court case against her is really kind of irrelevant. We all know for a fact, and this is long established, that no judge put anything under the Violence Against Women's Act. It's not even possible because the Violence Against Women's Act is for a domestic partner or somebody who knows somebody, right? It's just never happened. I have the communications from my attorney that said it was all BS. No lawyer ever did that. Katie absolutely lied. And so me suing her for that, yeah, I would have to demonstrate that in court, and I could do it, but what am I going to get out of it? At this point, it's just not worth spending that kind of money to get justice. I mean,
you're not getting money from, you can't get blood from a stone.
Right.
So the only thing that you would benefit from, what you would have benefited from this, is that your name would have been cleared.
Yeah, well, it's cleared anyways, in my opinion. So I agree too. Yeah, and I'm the judge. I guess I get to be the judge of that. It's my name, right? So I appreciate it. I do appreciate that you agree with that as well.
Absolutely. This case, this whole shit show here, it's a shit show. This whole, these papers right here, it's completely bogus. It's so out there that damn right. I was on your side when, you showed me the evidence before and all this other stuff and we talked about it. But to go through and read this, you guys are going to be like, blown. You think she's psycho.
Yeah. So, and that's what I wanted, though. I wanted this. This is my initiating a lawsuit against her was on the I knew I was going to get a countersuit. This was clear, but she said she was going to sue me. And I was like, okay, I want her to make her claim. So my filing and me, doing my GoFundMe and all this stuff, this led to this, which is gold. I mean, this is, and me getting involved in other lawsuits is gold. I wouldn't even have gotten in that door had I not filed my lawsuit, or not served my lawsuit. I didn't file it. I served it. All right, so let's get into this real quick. I hope you can read it just fine. This is called an answers and counterclaims. I'm going to skip all the answers because all the answers are her answers to my suit, which I've already talked about, and it's all the same thing, right?
Yeah.
She'll say things like, denies allegation, admits allegations, and maybe if I have another hangout, I can go through these, but it's really not that of interest. But she does admit to certain things that I said, right? Admits the allegations. Admits the allegations. Admits the allegations.
Wow. Yeah. A lot of admit. Oh, she denied something. What the hell she denied?
Well, here's a fun one. She lied right here. I'll point this out. You guys, can you read that?
I can see it.
Yeah, read that out.
Yeah, it says that defendant admits the allegations in paragraph 11 of plaintiff's complaint generally, but avers that the Twitter account without a crystal ball official no longer exists. Really? I can tell you right now that's a lie.
Really? Really? Wow. Really? I have a feeling that is a falsity.
Oh my God. I should know I'm blocked from it.
I think that's not true. Oh, it gets better. It gets so much better, guys. I'll just hang in there. Trust me. She says, I'll just a few things today before we get to the complaint. Read this one.
Defendant admits the allegations in paragraph 18 of plaintiff's complaint to the extent they reflect, I don't even know how to say that.
Colloquially.
Whatever. Terms and general definition. I ain't gonna try. So
I ain't gonna try. Okay.
Terms and general definition of the term sock accounts. As to the remainder of the allegations of paragraph 18, defendant is, without knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief as to the truth of the allegations and therefore denies the same. Defendant further avers that she has no sock accounts.
Bullshit! Yeah.
Can't even say it without laughing.
This is a legal fucking document, people. This is literally what she was going to, serve to the court, which I hope to God she still does.
Yeah, so
she has time. Not much. I think it's like tomorrow or something, but go for it.
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's the 7th, if I'm not mistaken.
Tomorrow's the last day, yep.
But okay, does anybody believe this? That she has no sock accounts? Come on.
Yeah. Come on. Like, that's two lies right there. And if this were to go through, they'd have to check and see, because I'm assuming you and your lawyer would be like, well, we know for a fact she has that Twitter account.
Yeah, my we didn't even bother to even deal with most of the stuff. My lawyer's just like, this
Yeah.
it's
It's
beyond.
stupid.
He already knew that she was lying and all this stuff. So, and she says this, read this one too. I was just going to do the complaint, but now that I've re-looking some of this stuff, there is some gold in here. So
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing this stuff. Okay.
I never showed you this because I only showed you the complaint, right?
Yep.
Because most of the stuff is basically admits, deny, right?
Yep.
So, but there is a little bit of gold in here that I totally forgot about. So my apologies on that.
Let's go down.
Yeah, right. Read 20.
All right. The allegations in paragraph 20 of plaintiff's complaint address documents which speak for themselves, and therefore no response is required. To the extent a response is warranted, defendant reiterates that plaintiff has removed the context relevant to those statements. To the extent that the plaintiff alleging anything about the character of context or those statements, defendant denies the same.
Yeah, she's like, so this is basically saying, oh, yeah, this is true, but Steve took out the context, which, by the way, may be true sometimes. So people need, she takes things out of context all the time, but I can show you everything I have is in context. There's just nothing out of context. And so that's kind of the whole, every one of these that says that remove context. Yeah, okay. I mean, how do I remove context that she accused me of things like sexual harassment, that fraud? Oh, Steve, seriously, that's what these responded to. Yeah. Steve, I did accuse him of fraud, but remove context. Really?
That is so. I don't even know what to say. It's just my mouth drops every time I read more and more into this. It's like, wow, I can't believe a judge didn't look at this and go, "You're a fucking idiot."
Because they never got that far.
Exactly.
Yeah, but my lawyers did. Read number 29. That's of interest too. Like I said, I'm sorry, guys. I was just going to do the complaint, but there is a lot of gold in here.
There is
in the response, and I didn't even think about it. I told Nikki I'm gonna skip this part, but now that I'm kind of scrolling through it again, I'm like, oh shoot, I kind of forgot this. So
even Ans Frida agrees this is friggin' gold.
Mm-hmm.
Ans Frida said the same thing.
I love Ans Frida.
Gold. Yeah, me too. All right, number 29. Defendant is without knowledge sufficient to admit the allegations in paragraph 29 or of plaintiff's complaint and therefore denies the same. To the extent that reference exhibit regards a statement that was made by defendant, plaintiff has removed the context of the statements, mischaracterizing them and paint them in a false light. On the contrary, defendant avers that any statement made regarding plaintiff's tax liability were mere repetitions of statements reported to her by plaintiff co-host Kyle Curtis.
Oh, so basically she's admitting that she had no evidence. She had no evidence of any tax fraud. It was, I just repeated what Kyle said, who actually
admitted. She just threw Kyle under the bus. Imagine that.
Right. I totally, and by the way, I hadn't read this for a while, so I completely forgot about this. I really, honest to God, did. I've read this before, clearly. Yeah. But I just forgot about that. And so she's basically saying, I just repeated what Kyle said.
She admitted it.
Straight up. And
then she threw Kyle under the bridge.
Without checking any facts. She admits she didn't have any facts. Kyle admitted everything he said, he had no evidence for. I got that in the confession of judgment, right? I mean, if this isn't what's called defamation per se with malice, what would it be? She defamed me by saying that I had committed tax liability fraud.
Yeah.
And did not have a shred of evidence for it. And just right here said she relied on statements reported to her by Kyle, who admitted that he had no evidence for.
Yes.
That's malice. Which, by the way, I don't need to prove malice. I didn't need to prove malice because I'm not a famous person. So, yeah.
Well, that's what we were all informed from, thanks to KJ, is that she actually told everyone that you were on disability, you were defrauding the government because you were getting paid from the non-sex show too.
Yep. And I've never collected disability. I've never collected Social Security ever.
You weren't even on it. I'm like, what the? Wow. That's why my mouth keeps dropping. I can't say much because I'm just in shock.
Is this gold? Is this gold, people, so far? Type in the live chat if this is gold. I mean, maybe even platinum level. It's going to get to platinum. So yeah, more extent warranted. I love this one. Puts in the strictest proof allegation defected acted with malice in a time. Lying is malice.
Yeah.
When you lie and you don't check your sources and you willfully put out misinformation about and you falsely accuse people of sexual harassment, falsely accuse them of fraud, that's malice. I don't think she understands what that word means.
She doesn't. She doesn't seem to understand a lot of things.
Read number 35 if we can.
Defendant admits paragraph 35 of plaintiff's complaint, but avers again that plaintiff mischaracterized the dismissal of the HRO, which was dismissed voluntarily by the defendant As part of the agreement between the parties executed on June 22nd.
Yeah, where did I mischaracterize that? I put out, by the way, I put out the NDA, which people were saying, oh, Steve can't talk about Katie. Bull crap. I most certainly could.
Yep.
And it was voluntarily dismissed by her. And let me ask you something. You know, I mean, Nikki, I'm not asking for verification. I'm going by your word, but I assume that you are female, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. As a female, if somebody was threatening you and you required such legalities to get a temporary restraining order on them, would you voluntarily dismiss that so you can just go sue them for defamation if you feel like your life was in danger?
Oh, fuck no. I'd be making damn sure it happens.
Yeah, probably not. And by the way, I don't think that's even gender specific. I think that anybody in their right mind, because, I mean, this person has claimed she's been in fear of 40 freaking people, none of which have ever threatened her in any way whatsoever. None. And people know now. I didn't know.
And was terrified of you and everything else, like a normal, like if it was actually true, she would never dismiss that ever.
Yep.
Never.
Fernando says there was not TRO, KJ, not HRO. Technically, it was HRO. HROs are two types of HROs. HR can be a TRO or an RO. And in the state of Minnesota, which, by the way, people had lied about, go figure, but you can go look up the statute, objective facts here. A TRO is preliminary, a RO is post-injunction. So an RO is only granted by a judge after a hearing or after whatever the 10 or 14 days is, you don't get, you don't ask for a hearing. RO is post. You cannot get an RO by ex parte. You cannot. You can get a TRO, which is not an RO. These are very different terms. And you look at the statute, TRO is actually defined differently legally than an RO. And I think that a lot of people were trying to confuse people on that just because they wanted to defame me even further. Oh, Steve got an RO. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And every lawyer that I know that was honest was like, yeah, no, you didn't. And yet you had some dishonest lawyers out there going, it's an RO. Okay, well, you could look. Other lawyers that know law know that they're lying. And a lot of lawyers are like, yeah, this lawyer is like this full of crap,
I'm wondering if he's going to be also held liable for all the fuckery going on for lawyers.
Well, look, when you're a lawyer and you misrepresent a case and other lawyers know, it's not looking good for your credibility. And by the way, there have been some dishonest lawyers that their credibility is pretty crap in the toilet. I can tell you right now. Two, and I'm not going to name names, but two of them do not have the highest standing among the legal community, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Here, number 30. Oh, do read 37 because this is again, this is in the counter. This is not even part of it in the counter, but this is in her response. Yeah, this is great.
Number 37.
Yeah, read 36. Read 36.
Oh, 36. Yeah. Defendant admits paragraph 36 of plaintiff's complaint in adverse that it regards a true event that occurred, wherein plaintiff threatened defendant that if she did not produce a public apology, she would remain on his radar.
Oh my God, the threat of remaining on a radar. Oh my, the vapors. Oh, I'm gonna pass out. Of all, women have to deal with actual freaking violence, people being killed, but no, it doesn't compare to Katie's. Oh, might be on Steve's radar.
That's why I couldn't even get the words out. Okay, after that, it says she would remain on his radar. Defendant further avers that plaintiff has since deleted those messages, which may constitute violation of evidence materially relevant to this proceeding.
Fun fact, I haven't deleted anything. F all. I have not deleted a goddamn thing. There is nothing but I have, dude, even Nikki can tell you, I got more shit. Yeah, remember? I got more crap that people could ever imagine that I probably need to start editing down. I've got my Google Drives are full. Okay, I mean, I have not deleted any tweet, any Twitter, nothing. So right here, she makes another allegation, right? In her response, she defames me by saying that I've deleted things that I've never deleted. Because it's funny, and Nikki, did we not read her messages to me about this?
Yes, and me and Aaron did as well.
Yeah, and whose account was deleted?
That's the thing, it was her.
It was her account. It was her account. She deleted her account. So she has the audacity to delete her account and then try to tell a lawyer that I deleted those messages when I have a copy of all of them. It's like, really?
Yeah. It's laughable.
The lies. Lies. Hi, Aaron.
The lies with this. God. The lies are strong in this one, I tell you.
Dude, I swear to God, I'm sorry to break a little sweat out. Not because it is warm here, but I'm just laughing. I'm just dying inside. It's so funny. Okay. Okay. Go read number 38. I know when we say her name, she magically appears, but whatever. It doesn't care. Read 38.
I can block it out, or I can just say something else. All right. Defendant admits that she has screenshots verifying that plaintiff has harassed the individual known as any, but otherwise denies the
God, we have
allegation.
fun. Nikki and I have fun. We actually have fun. This is some serious shit too. But you know what? You have to make light of just how brazen this woman is.
Yeah. All right. Otherwise denies allegations in paragraph 38 of plaintiff's complaint and puts plaintiff to his strictest proof of the allegations therein. Defendant further avers that regardless of whether she made the statements quoted in paragraph 38, one or more of them are personal opinions not subject to claims of defamation.
Yeah, so has it not been established now? And by the way, you guys can see why I've kind of waited to put all this out, right? I mean, I have not released this before. Nobody's seen this publicly. And there's reasons why I don't put things out publicly. Why? Because they're legal things, you idiots. Not you guys, but the other people that are going, why don't you put everything out publicly? Because it's legal.
Yeah.
And I have my reasons for things. And anybody who shits on me because I don't do that can fuck off. I don't give a shit about them. Trolls are not my audience, and trolls I don't watch. I don't care. They're idiots. They don't have any information about anything. Because you know what's so funny, Nikki? Once I stop telling people the facts, all of a sudden a lot of people become trolls. And they're like, oh, I'm just gonna make shit up about Steve because I get views from it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's freaking bizarre. And I know people in the audience have seen this stuff privately. I guarantee it. There's people right now in my audience that know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. But she says that defendant admits she has seen screenshots verifying plaintiff has harassed that individual. Really? Where are these screenshots? I have never spoken to that person.
I know.
In the UK, not once, not through DMs, not through IMs, not on the phone, not through smoke signals. Nothing have I ever communicated with that woman. Nothing. Smoke signals. So explain to me, Nikki, how that I admitted that I have that. Oh, I have not admitted. She's admitted that she has seen screenshots verifying this. Really, that would be called a lie.
And not only that, she's such a fucking idiot because you have to produce the proof.
That's why I want this to go to court.
She doesn't have. If she were to, she has one day. If she were to countersue or whatever it is she's got to do. She's fucking stupid, and it's going to be amazing for all of us.
And again, I don't even have to try very hard on this. This is her words. I've done this so incrementally. I put things out incrementally, and I've done this very strategically because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Yep.
And I know that she has a hardcore following of fools that will not believe anything that comes from anybody else. So now we have a little breadcrumbs from all these different videos to show that she has lied, and her audience can now go and find other videos from other people and myself and see a consilience and a consistency between Nikki's videos, Renell's videos, Aaron's videos, Tia's videos, right?
Yeah.
So this is why I did it this way. And anybody who doesn't agree with that, I don't care. I really don't. I mean, sure, if you're a friend of mine, you say, Steve, I would have done it differently or blah, blah, which nobody's done. But I mean, I would listen to them. But when somebody tries to make shit up or says, oh, I had a fraudulent GoFundMe, they can fuck off. I mean, seriously. A Flame of $5 says, if you're a troll of Steve, does that mean you are a shill? Add me to the list. The lawsuit, Katie Joy. If you did, hey, a Flame, why don't you get a preservation order? She sent out dozens from everybody else.
Oh.
Did you get one, Nikki? I don't.
No.
No, okay.
I'm still not on her radar at all.
Oh, you're not special enough to get a preservation order yet? Okay, you are now. Now you're more popular, so I think you would get one now. Yeah.
I can't wait. It's going to be a badge of honor, Steve.
Thank you. And it's so funny too because the people she sent it out to most were like, I never talked to Steve. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. What does he want me to preserve? All right. So we haven't even got to her complaint yet. This is gonna be a long hangout. So stay for the ride, guys. Let's see. Number 39, she admits that, yes, she made these statements, but removes context of the statements, mischaracterizes them, and painted them in a false light. These were really? So her lying about me was I somehow removed context of them?
That doesn't even make sense.
And again, I could show my thing, and we could go back and forth, and maybe one day we'll do that. But I mean, you get the gist, right? I mean, she's just BS. Let's see here. What else? Remove context. Look how we remove context. And by the way, sometimes it is. I mean, I have no problem. I mean, I think.
But not every claim. Come on.
Right? Because she
That's
does
so
that.
messed up.
We did it to
That's
her.
messed up.
She did remove context. She removed context.
KJ's number 6 on Grifties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that in a second. She did remove context on one of them, and we pointed it out because she's like, well, Steve has admitted that he has gotten views from putting things on KJ, and she was referring to my blog, not to YouTube. I swear to God, she was referring to my blog because that's what the tweet was about. And my blog did get my essay on her, I guess we would call it, my blog on her, my Me Too thing, is the most read entry in there. And
I remember you saying that. I can't remember the views are almost at 1 million or something, isn't it?
No. It's pushing 10,000. I think it's like 9,000 now or something. 8,000.
1 million.
Yeah, a million. I wish. Good grief, man. That'd be awesome. Yeah, let's not go crazy here. But I made $22 that month off my blog, and I usually make about $1. Yeah.
You showed me. You're like, look, I'm so rich.
I mean, 22 bucks. I spent $5,000 in legal fees to make $22 on my blog. Boy, that's a hell of an investment there, But that's what she's telling. That's what she's telling her lawyers. Oh, Steve's profiting from this. $22? Really?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because like I said, that's what she was referring to. My blog wasn't. She was not referring to that to my YouTube channel or anything else. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it was that freaking blog. Yeah.
Remove context.
Yeah. See, that's if this was if, like I said, if a judge did see this, they're going to look at that and be, well, what the fuck are you trying to say about him then? Like, you know what I mean?
Defendants without knowledge, without information, denied acting with malice, calls for legal conclusion. I mean, it's all legalese stuff, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to get into the meat here coming up, blah, blah, blah. Without knowledge, calls for legal conclusion. Defenses, which I don't give a crap about. Okay. Parties. The counterclaims. Ready for the good stuff? Oh my God, we haven't gotten the good stuff yet.
Yep.
Now $22.2. Yeah, I think it really was about $22 if I'm not mistaken.
It was 22.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we just read. You want to just read the whole thing? That's fine.
Start at the parties.
Yeah.
Or down?
Yeah. Go ahead and just read it because you got a lovely voice that people want to listen to. So because I got something else I got to check into real quick.
Okay. So this the parties. So number 1. Counter plaintiff Catherine Mansky Paulson is an individual resident of the state of Minnesota, with her place of residence located in St. Paul. Number 2, upon information and belief, counter defendant Steve H. McRae is an individual resident of the state of Minnesota, with his place of residence located in Elk River.
What?
What the fuck is that?
I have no idea. I have no idea what the hell they are talking about. I have never lived in Minnesota. I have never stepped foot in Minnesota. I don't even know where the fuck Elk River even is. Explain this to me, people. By the way, I was looking up, I want to put the Grifties in the live chat. So everybody stop where they're in for a second. Go over to the Grifties. Yeah, this is some channel that they do this mock celebration or this mock award ceremony. It looks really cool. That's all I really know about it. But I know that Nick Rakita is number 2 right now, and Chili's number 1, which I think is hilarious. And Katie has gone from like 100 to like number 6 now. She's beating Trump and Amber Heard.
I was just gonna say she beat them.
Yes, and I'm surprised that we put my name on there, which would be an honor. I mean, put me on there.
That's what Molly Golightly said.
Yeah, that's an honor to me. I don't give a shit.
Her name was on that. She's like, good,
right? It costs $4 to put a person's name on there. Somebody
I'm
who loves me.
surprised your name isn't, considering all the fraud raisers you do.
Right? Fuck me. Speaking of fraud raisers, I think that's a good segue for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, let me go. What do you guys think of this though? Number 2 already starts off with such bullshit information. I don't even know where the hell that came from. I have never been to Minnesota. Like, somebody explain to me how this happened. I really want to know how the hell did her lawyer put this in a complaint that I was a resident of Minnesota, and my lawyer's like, what the hell are they talking about? April Van ran for 2 Canadians, says, quick, too long, didn't read, I'm late. Go ahead and fill her into her while I'm getting something ready real quick. If you can.
We just started.
Yeah.
So we're just starting to read it right now. We're just kind of reading about the other things. The stuff that she's like saying that I was out of context, everything, which pretty much.
Oh my God. It's okay. Real quick. I have somebody chatting me on something. So the GoFundMe that I had, I guess people have, come to me directly and asked me about donations being turned off and things of that nature. I turned them off. I went in and manually turned them off. I am going to do something to show you this and leave it this way because I have spent $5,000 in lawsuit. And if you think Katie Joy has not gone out of her way to maliciously make me spend money to clear my name, and you want to help me recoup some losses, go ahead and donate to the GoFundMe. Because it is still my legal proceedings. I'm still recouping those legal $5,000 of my own money that is still not accounted for. And I'm still working with other attorneys in order to get justice through other lawsuits. So, yeah, perfectly fine. GoFundMe. I gave GoFundMe ages ago all the documentation, all the complaints, all the everything I have legally. And they're like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with your GoFundMe. And so I'm going to turn them back on right now. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes. So, but I'm turning them back on as we speak. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. I don't know if you can see it, but whatever. They should be on. Let's see. Publish. Did they go on? Maybe we refresh this.
Where the hell is Elk River anyway? I have no idea.
Okay, I think that should do it. So let me check the other one. It takes 5 minutes. So I'll let you know when it updates because it gives a little 5-minute message that says, your things will go live in 5 minutes. And also it says, oh, look at this green thing here. Your bank transfers have been set up successfully. Once funds are sent, they should reach your bank and account in 2 to 5 business days. Also, let me to people that may not know, the GoFundMe guarantee, they pay for. It doesn't come out of the donees. In other words, if somebody gets a refund, it doesn't come out of my account. It comes out, GoFundMe pays it, but they'll only do that, from what I understand, if somebody can prove or show, I don't know how much evidence is required, that their credit card was illegally used. Like if I stole your credit card and I use it for GoFundMe, that's what it's used for. It doesn't hurt me at all. It doesn't come out of my account. I've not had a single dollar taken from me. It just shows up on the GoFundMe as less, but it does, once it goes to they can't go into somebody's account. They just can't do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put the GoFundMe link in the live chat right now. Oh, look, that message is gone. Holy crap. How did that work? Okay, there's my GoFundMe. I'm going to pin it. And yes, if you want to donate to my GoFundMe to help me recoup losses, because you can see firsthand that I have spent a shit ton of money in order to defend myself. This right here was about $2,500 just to deal with this right here. Then yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You want to call that grifting? I call it justice because, how do I grift when I have spent $10,000 on legal fees since I've been on YouTube? I just started getting some income from NonSequitur. I'm still in the red. I'm not even in the black yet. Yeah, so I'm the world's worst grifter. I suck at this shit. I should get some lessons from Katie, man. Damn it.
Sure, if you want to go to jail.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine if she got? Oh my God. That would be the ultimate injustice, wouldn't it be? So, oh, you got a puppy. All right, so like I said, my GoFundMe is perfectly legit and is perfectly fine to recoup legal fees because that's what it was for. I've spent money on legal fees, and you want to continue to help that? That's great because I'm still working with other attorneys. So yes. And by the way, I was spending about $225 a month. But yeah. Screw people that are like, oh, Steve's GoFundMe is fraudulent. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. I put all the receipts out. All right.
If people want to donate, they'll donate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know what's so funny? All it takes is one person to donate $1 to shut these people up.
Yep.
$1. Go ahead. A flamer says, get your sandwich board out. You're going to walk the tracks. What does that mean? I don't know. Explain. All right. So,
unless he means like walking the plank, but why would you need a sandwich?
I don't know. I like sandwiches though. All right, so did anybody explain what the hell they mean here by I'm a resident of Minnesota?
I'm assuming they screwed up. Well, no, they actually purposely. Well, the one part here, it's they believe they're upon information and belief. Well, that's not fact.
No, it's not. But you would, if you're suing somebody, don't you think you should figure out where the fuck they live?
Exactly.
Right there would be dismissed on jurisdiction issues. Right there. Yeah. Because I don't live in Minnesota. It would be dismissed on jurisdiction issues. Am I missing something here? I'm not a lawyer, but when you lie to a court or you get shit wrong, say that a defendant lives in a state they don't live in, that's a huge jurisdiction thing. It is. I mean, what the hell am I missing here, Nikki? Help me. I don't get this. I just don't get this.
Yeah, because it's down below. It says that the court has jurisdiction over you. Yeah. Okay.
Did you? By the way, did I show you that before? I don't know if I ever did. Okay. So, by the way, I have a donor. A private donor. I can't put the donor's name out. Oh, but I can put this out. Restraining $2 just donated $7. It was 666. No, it was actually 7. Oh, you can't do 666. I think he wanted to do 666, but because that's what he usually does. He's just a 666 kind of guy. But so Restraining donated $7. Yay! Oh my God, my GoFundMe is perfectly legit with GoFundMe. Go freaking figure. So
we have to read a whole book before we figure out the joke.
And by the way, everybody that's donated, the last one was 5 months ago. I gave a personal thank you note to every single one of them. If you didn't get a note, let me know. But every one of them got a message from me thanking them, and continue. So if you want to help, because I'm going to continue going after Katie Joy's lies. I'm not going to stop talking about her. Okay, and I'm going to help other content creators and support other content creators who do so fairly. If you lie about her or you put out misinformation, I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, because it just then there's no point any of us doing this. Don't make up. You don't need to make up lies and bullshit. Trust me, she does it on her own.
And I'm gonna put a thank you note. Thank you, thank you, sexy beast. Sexy but ugly beast. You hear me typing? And he can confirm that's what he got here in a second. Send. There we go. All right. So like I said, I don't care if I make $10 to recoup, $100 or whatever. The fact that I even got $7 back proves one, my GoFundMe is perfectly fine. And that, yes, I did spend a shit ton of money to fight things with Katie. And if you want to help recoup that, God bless you. If not, that's fine too. But I appreciate it either way. But here's the thing. I was willing to stick my neck out and put my own money where my mouth is to try to defend myself when there was no other player in town. This was before Chrisley. This was before 7M. And everybody, was just like, let's go out, let's show Katie to be a liar. But they didn't do fuck all.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm not saying everybody did. I mean, a lot of people obviously helped. Clearly, I'm not talking about them. But I'm talking about the people that just wanted to sit back and say, let everybody else do all the hard lifting. Myself, Aaron, you. And then judge, you didn't file. Fuck off.
Yeah, that's what I know. I hear what you mean.
All right, so
absolutely.
All right, so moving on here. Number 3. Can you read?
All right, number 3. Yeah. This court has jurisdiction over plaintiff under Minnesota Stat $543.19 by virtue of the fact that McCrae's contacts and the statements about Paulson.
Oh, that's not dollars. That's statute.
Looks like a money sign.
No, that's a statute sign.
Statute sign. Yeah, my bad.
And no, they don't have jurisdiction because I don't live in Minnesota.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, you paid your attorney to write this and you couldn't even get my location right? I've never been to Minnesota. Good God.
By virtue of the fact that McCrae's contacts and statements about Paulson have caused injury to her in Minnesota, as described further herein. Additionally, Paulson has compulsory counterclaims per Rule 13 of the Minnesota Rules of Civil Procedure, because the basis for Paulson's counterclaims arises out of the same set of events McCrae uses as the basis for his claims against Paulson.
Yeah. By the way, there's a question in the live chat. I'm not going to get into all the how Kyle met Katie and all this stuff. This video, there's other videos we can talk about that on. That's a long detailed thing. All right, so no, they don't have jurisdiction over me.
No,
they got the state wrong. And I swear to God, where the hell is Elk River? I think I looked at. I remember kind of looking it up when I first saw this, and I was like, I just have no idea. I don't know anything about Minnesota, So. So that's just wrong. All right, so number 4.
Venue is proper under Minnesota Stat 54101, as Wright County is the county in which the action began, and as venue is properly located therein.
Not for her to countersuit.
No. All right, factual.
Now we get to the meat. You guys ready for this? And I'll keep checking my GoFundMe if anybody else wants to donate. And like I said, I'm leaving this GoFundMe open. And I'm going to promote it just, because I can, because it's perfectly fine, because it is I've spent these legal fees and it's perfectly fine to recoup them. And if people want to help out about him, that's great. If they don't, that's my
your business. That's their
my
business.
Exactly. But it does prove that everybody who's ever said any word about my GoFundMe can fuck off in perpetuity.
I second that.
Thank you. Amen. To the God that may or may not exist. Okay, go ahead.
All right, number 5. Paulson is a successful online personality
Bullshit.
who runs a YouTube channel called Without a Crystal Ball,
Successful is subjective, but go ahead.
which covers a variety of topics, including reality television, celebrity gossip, trending news, crime, personal video, web blogs, i.e. vlogs, and more. The channel is most known for coverage of Christian fundamentalism.
Is it?
Without a Crystal Ball, no, it's definitely not. That was a lot.
Yeah.
Without a Crystal Ball currently has approximately 179,000 subscribers. Now she's at 248,000.
So in the interim between when this was she wrote this, she's gained like 80,000 subscribers. Why? Because people had allowed her to. People that were coming after me and Aaron and Tina and even Nikki and all the people trying to point out to you guys and her subscribers that she is dishonest and she defames people. Every one of those people that were trying to defame us helped Katie. Yeah. Every single one of them. And anybody, and I don't care if you're my best fucking friend, if you support any of those people that support Katie, I will have nothing fucking to do with you.
Yeah.
I'm not playing this neutral bullshit any longer. I'm not saying that I'm going to block them, but don't expect me to ever be on your channel or be on my channel or even be friendly to you if you are supporting any of these people. Any of these people that ever supported Katie. Okay? Well, that didn't change. There's people that supported Katie that went, oh yeah, I was an idiot. I'm going to change my mind. Everybody's kind of went through a portion where they supported Katie. I get that. Even I was friendly with her one time.
And that's fine. Because, I have a lot of people that come to me and say that too. I was a supporter, now I'm not.
A flame says,
sorry if I shit in your face.
A flame says, check your Discord. I will, but I was really being facetious. I mean, hyperbolic. I don't give a shit what Elk River is. I just don't care. I don't know, but I don't care. But I'll check it out out of curiosity. But is it anywhere? Is it in her county? I don't. Well, that'd be weird. Wait, maybe I do want to check this. Keep reading while I can look up Elk River, because now I'm kind of curious if she tried to convince the judge that I was in the same county as her to get this.
Yeah. Okay. So
but that's weird. Why would you do that in a lawsuit? I can see on a TRO, right? Because you want to bullshit, and lie. So, I'm so scared of him. He's in my county. So the Elk River is in.
All right. So she has.
Sherbert, Calby.
Well, she now has over 179,000 subscribers and has accrued over 80 million individual views since it was established in October of 2018. Number 6, McRae is an online personality with a substantially smaller community.
little slight. Yeah, okay. I'll take the jab. I'll take the jab. Whatever. It's not false.
No, he runs a YouTube channel called The Great Debate Community, which purports to be focused on presentations and thoughts on science and philosophy.
No, it doesn't.
And relating to.
No, it doesn't. Not that channel. That channel is a catch-all channel. I've always said that. It's a catch-all channel. But go ahead.
And relating to refuting young Earth creationism and bad science in general.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it is. I mean, I might have used it for that at one time, and it's probably in the about, and so that's probably where they got that. But I've subsequently that has changed. So I mean, it's not false, but it's just But notice this. Do you keep reading and see if you guys can spot the problem here?
His YouTube channel has approximately 17,200 subscribers.
Not anymore.
And has accrued.
I dropped way down. I'm 16.9 now, or almost 17. I'm like 5 away or something from 17. So I've lost 200. I've lost 200 subscribers over the last however long because I had idiots out there believing bullshit. But that's fine. Yeah. Those are not the 200 I want. If anybody comes back to me and says, "Hey Steve, I really screwed up. You were right," I'm cool with that. I'm pretty forgiving. But there's a lot of idiots out there that really believed dishonest people and did not come to me for evidence, and they can fuck off. But continue.
Okay, he has accrued 2 million individual videos. What?
Video views since it was established, yes.
Okay, video views. I thought I said videos. Since it was established in March of 2013.
Now, do you see a problem with she says 17.2 subscribers, right, Kay? 17.2K? But she talks about the Great Debate Community. That Great Debate Community channel only has 4,000.
Wow, that doesn't even...
She got the wrong channel information with the wrong channel. This is her lawyer.
This is ridiculous, honestly.
The fuckery. She can't even get that right. The Great Debate Community channel only has 4,000 some. I should say only 4,000 is still pretty decent. At least on YouTube. I mean, most people, I mean, you know, look, I'm appreciative of every fucking follower I get. So 4,000 to me, I remember back in the way when I had like 100 subscribers, I looked at channels at 4,000. I'm like, oh my God, how do you ever get to 4,000, right?
I felt the same way.
Right?
Yeah, exact same way.
And when you get to 1,000, you're like, oh, you're awesome. And then you get to 10,000, and I got to 33,000 on YouTube. And then this fuckery happened, and other content creators like Katie and those that supported her got a lot of freaking subs. I didn't. Why? Because I'm not dishonest, and I don't play those fucking games. I wasn't going to just suck Kyle off in order to get views like he wanted and subscribers. And if people want to question my ethics, go ahead, but you can fuck off.
Yeah.
But you see number 6 on bullshit. This is not. This is not the same thing as this. This is so poorly written. All right, continue. I'm just losing my shit. It's so fucking hilarious.
All right, number 7. Paulson met McRae online in the fall of 2018. McRae reached out to Paulson on her Facebook business page. She did not at the time have a YouTube presence. McRae initially invited Paulson to join him on some of his YouTube videos, which he participated in briefly.
Wrong. Okay. I did not reach out to her. That was Kyle that reached out to her.
Oh my God.
Everybody knows this. I didn't know who the hell she was. Kyle's like, oh, I got this blogger I found. She's really against Julie Juice. Let's have her on. Remember this?
Yeah.
Right? Right. And then I only invited her on one time. And by the way, didn't you and I read those right?
Yeah.
One video, and that's only because Kyle had a fever of 102 degrees. And of course, Katie was like, oh, I told Kyle I never want to stream with Steve. Then really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, Kyle never agreed to that. Kyle had never once, ever backed up anything Katie said. And Kyle hates me.
Good.
And even he didn't. Even he didn't back up any of that shit. He wasn't going to get involved with screwing over Me Too movement. Kyle was an idiot, but even he knew the backlash from that would have been bad. And this was funny. Where is the backlash from Me Too and people like that for her misusing Me Too?
Exactly.
Where's the backlash for that? I don't see it.
No, there's not enough of it, or hardly any. Yeah.
And by the way, she didn't have a time of YouTube presence. Why? Because my producer, one of the greatest guys I've ever met in my life, helped her start her YouTube channel. And then what happened? You had people supporting Katie trying to run this bullshit narrative that I murdered him or that my best friend murdered him.
Yes.
And that they contacted the coroner to try to, change the findings. These people are sick. These are people that were supporting Katie. Sick freaking people, man. I don't understand how people don't go into her history. People say, oh, I'm going to do a deep dive. No, they don't. No, you need to
if you're going to do a deep dive, do a deep dive.
Yeah.
Not stuff we already know.
There are people that are going to be doing better deep dives, I think.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, you cannot do a deep dive in Katie, and you cannot talk about how she got started in the Non-Sequitur show and how people are accusing, using death as a weapon. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Number 8.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shortly into their online association, McRae began making statements about Paulson's appearance, primarily regarding her physical attractiveness and his sexual prowess.
Oh, yeah, because that's what I do all the time, right? And Nikki, isn't that like 95% of our conversation, you and I? We just hang out and we talk about my sexual prowess.
I've told people who are like, well, I don't know how you like hanging out with an old man. You getting sick of the hitting on you? I said, the fucking guy's never hit on me once.
I know, and
no for a year.
She's probably like, what's wrong with me? I even said, I think Nikki's pretty, but she lives in Canada and we're just friends. But I mean, I wouldn't be offended if somebody said, oh, Steve hit on Nikki. I'd be like, okay, yeah, fuck, whatever. I took my shot. Or no, I didn't, but I'm not mortified by it. But by saying that I did Katie, I'm mortified. I'm gagging. I mean, I can taste like vile right now. Oh. And then this gets worse. Continue on.
Oh my God. Okay. So, he even chose to make statements to her about his genitals.
Really? Really? Okay. Can I ask anybody, everybody who's watching this or going to watch this, has anybody ever seen Katie ever produce a shred of evidence for this? Like anything? Wow. Why would anybody believe her when she has never shown, not that she has not shown evidence, but her story has changed 6 times or more. What's she going to show the court? If she hasn't shown anybody evidence, what the hell is she going to show the court? There isn't any evidence. She made the story up. Jesus. God. Continue on. I'm dying here. This is ridiculous. Are you still there?
Yeah, sorry, I said I was just grabbing the tea again.
Oh, no worries. I gotta grab some more
Oh.
coffee soon too. So.
Okay.
And just a reminder, my GoFundMe link is in the very top of the video description. If you want to help me recoup some $5,000, whatever. Outdone makes a great point. Outdone says, wasn't a godless engineer that was always talking about his genitals? Yes. And that's what. And that's what. And by the way, I've said this before. Katie takes other things that have happened and she twists them to her own usages. So she was talking about godless engineer, right? I think, or the story that have happened, or I think what happened maybe at Pathos or other places. And she's like, "Oh, I'll just put Steve's name here." That's what I think she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's no factual basis whatsoever for anything she said. I never spoke to her about any of this ever. All right, and continue on.
Okay. These statements took place immediately before a live stream video was set to broadcast featuring McRae, Paulson, and Kyle Curtis.
No,
If this were true, why the fuck are you on the live with them then?
Yeah, and why would not Kyle? And like I said, Kyle never backed that up. And David, our producer, specifically said she was lying.
Yep.
She was lying. He never left. Anybody who's been in the NonSequitur show knows. Once Dave sat down to do a show, he sat down to do a show. I never saw him get up. I don't think ever. There was never a time Katie and I were in a stream hangout with anybody else there, not a single person else there. And so the one hangout we did where we did a show together, he was there. I mean, wow. I remember one reference I did make to her when there was an incel stuff going on, but it was just like, it was just platitude kind of stuff. And I do remember in our conversations to her, she said something like, "Oh, I'm not even cute." I'm like, "Well, if you want to get prettied up."
Yes, I saw that message. Yeah, I read it.
That's it. Yeah. These are just platitudes, right?
And you didn't even compliment her like you're cute enough or nothing. You
didn't
say
I wasn't going to. Right? I was
like, okay, I'm sure you can take a couple extra minutes type thing and just hurry the fuck up.
And here's the thing. I mean, I know when someone's fishing, right? When somebody
exactly. Yeah. You told me that. And I was reading it. I'm like, holy shit, you would not bite.
No,
not once.
No, because it's fucking Katie. Other people, I'll be like, yeah, look, you're already hot enough. You don't need to do anything. I don't mind. I'll compliment people. I'm not ashamed of that. But not her.
Well, no.
Oh, yeah, and Kimamaki says, I noticed she didn't say the live stream was on NonSec, not GDC. Why is she talking about... Well, answer me this. Why is she talking about the great big community here, my channel here that she messed up, and then she's talking about the statements that she doesn't even mention that happened on... It was a NonSequitur. Explain this to me, people. I don't get it.
This whole thing is all wrong.
All wrong.
It doesn't even make sense.
You get now the best part. The best part. Oh, my God. Breathe, Steve. Breathe. Right. Ready for 9?
Here we go. Number 9. All of McRae's statements and come-ons were unrequested and unacceptable to Paulson. Because of McRae's consistent and insistent sexual comments directed at Paulson, she decided she could not associate with McRae.
Really? Really?
But yet she went live that day with you.
Yeah, and she contacted me on September 22nd on Twitter, like, "Oh, I've got some information for you about help you in your case. Can I DM you?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, did anybody ever see me do any of these things? Because I wasn't there. I certainly wasn't involved in any of this. And so for her to say, remember this. This is her claim, so she has to prove in a court of law.
And so far, what I'm seeing, she can't prove any of it.
She not only cannot she not prove it, she can't even justify making them. There's nothing to take out of context.
No.
None of this ever happened. I never hit on her. There was never any kind of insistent sexual comments directed to her. Matter of fact, again, remember what Katie does? Remember she stole from Suzanne, right? She takes other people's
she took
stories,
her whole story and made it her own.
Right.
Complete plagiarism.
So who did make sexual comments with her on the NonSequitur show? Do you remember?
Katie's the one who made them.
Yes. And who was she making them with?
Kyle.
Yes.
She wanted to sniff Adderall off his head. And all this other shit. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember she said she wanted to sniff Adderall. I don't remember what it was off of, but yeah, I remember that. But I don't know.
Talking about penises and everything with this guy, but yet
ask him if he's a bottom.
Yeah, she was
saying that he was her gay husband. I mean, again, this is projection. She takes because again, I don't think she has a life of her own. I don't think she has any kind of ability to really apprehend. things like compassion and empathy and reality. So she has to fit in because like I said, I absolutely believe she's a sociopath. 100%. I believe she has narcissistic personality disorder. I believe she has borderline personality disorder. And I almost think that she might have Munchausen by proxy, which, by the way, is not legally suable. You can't sue for that. I'm giving my opinion. I'm not a legal professional, or I'm not a professional in psychology, but there is a form of Munchausen. Somebody pointed out to me that she does seem to fit. So what? Whether she has it or not, I don't give a shit. I only care what I can justify. And I can justify definitely she's sociopathic, histrionic personality disorder, and narcissist. I perfectly believe this. By the way, she accused me of being a narcissist, so if she could sue me for that, I could sue her back, right? But you can't. You can't. But so I mean, number 9, Jesus, come on, people. Who believes this? Who? Anybody? You want to join? You want to talk to me one of these days if you believe this? Because the first thing I'm going to ask you is, okay, what was their evidence? This is why people are like, why did you file? I'm vindicated already.
Yeah. Especially reading this.
This right. This is beyond my vindication because she has to. If she really believes this stuff, file. And prove your case because
she won't because she knows she lied.
Right. I can prove my case.
She can't prove anything.
But I can't afford my case because my GoFundMe wasn't sufficient enough, nor could I, like my lawyer said, what is the recoup? At that point, it's just for my own personal ego. And I'm not a narcissist like she thinks I am. It's not for my ego. I wanted justice. That's it.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I mean, I want to know, Kate, Nikki, has anybody in your experience shown you a shred of evidence of any of the number 9? Ever.
All right, let's read number 9. All of McCrae's statements.
No. I've already read it, but I mean, have you ever seen any evidence of this? Has anybody shown you?
There's no evidence out there. Not one. She hasn't produced anything. Her nor Kyle, nobody has ever produced anything.
And they never will. I'll tell you right now, they never will. They can't. It's impossible. It never happened.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's that? I'm sorry. Outdone said, and Kyle said, and Kyle would hit on guests live on the show too. Yeah. How many guys did Kyle hit on the show? Steve was far more respectful than most of the other hosts. I had porn stars that I'd even hit on. All I said is, she was hot as fuck, but that was in a tweet. And, so what? I think that for a porn star to be told she's hot, it's not defamation.
No, it's not at all.
Okay? I mean, come on, let's be realistic here. I mean, you got to be an idiot to think that, Steve's sexually harassing a porn star by saying she's hot. That's not sexual harassment.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, it was Kyle that was hitting on people frequently. So, anyways, I'm sorry. Tangent. Number 10. This is so much fun. 10. Thank you, Nikki, for this. This is so cathartic. You have no idea.
I just want it out because people need to know this.
Yeah, because this has never been made public. This is the first.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right, number 10. A few months after Paulson ceased appearing with McCrae online, McCrae and his co-host Kyle Curtis began fighting during one of their live streaming videos. Video of this confrontation is presently viewable at YouTube. Paulson was watching this video live, not at the YouTube link above, and commenting on the situation in real time. These were real-time observations and opinions.
This is a lie. Absolute lie. Let me explain to you why this is a lie, people. First of all, Kyle and I were not fighting during a live stream. This was if you go watch the Death of the NonSequitur show, which I'll put in the video description because I forgot to do it. That was before a show.
Yeah.
That was not live broadcast. So how could she be watching it live? Somebody explain this to me. And what's even funnier, that link right there doesn't even go to a live stream. It doesn't even go to a live stream. So how could we be fighting during our live stream when this right here doesn't even go to something that was live?
Wow, her lawyers need to be ashamed of themselves, but
that link
they clearly are just listening to her and not finding evidence for themselves or anything.
Right, because that link doesn't go to a live chat.
No,
it goes to somebody else's video,
oh my God.
Unrelated to me, that I have no affiliation with any longer. And so it was just a clip. It was by the way, it was a 29-minute clip out of the whole hour. But this was a lie. The Death of the NonSequitur show was off air.
Wow.
That all happened off air. So somebody explain to me how she was watching the live video. She says not the link above. Okay, that's fine. But she was watching the live video that link is referring to, which was the Death of the NonSequitur show, which was not broadcast in real time. Somebody help me with this.
So why did she post that? Why is that link there then if it wasn't the link above?
I have no idea.
That doesn't even make sense either.
I nothing about this makes sense to me. This is so bizarrely written.
Why you shouldn't even have that posted if it's not. Wow.
So she lied about that. She lied about, she says these were real-time observations, opinions. Bullshit. You guys have all watched the Death of the Non-Sequitur show. Every single one of you have probably watched the Death of the Non-Sequitur show. They know that that did not happen live. Kyle and I never had a fight on this live. We've had disagreements. But no, this did not take place live. So how would she prove that in a court of law? Oh my freaking God.
So I just laughed because I don't know what to say. Like, this is...
It's bizarre. And by the way, Frida, I don't think she could file for bankruptcy. And it'd be foolish to do so because she has 2 lawsuits pending, right? So she files for one, she's screwed on the other. But you can't, I don't think for defamation, I think that she'd have a problem filing bankruptcy, but even still, you still have to pay your debtor, your debtors, or your creditors. I'm sorry. You still have to pay your creditors. You don't just get off scot-free. Yeah. So, I mean, how the hell did her lawyer not fact check any of this stuff?
Yeah, because they obviously didn't. You know what I mean? And
nothing.
What the hell?
Nothing.
They both look like idiots.
So I really do want somebody to explain this to me. I don't.
Can he not be like? Well, not anymore. I guess. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, wouldn't the lawyer be in shit for this as well? But you haven't gone through with it,
right? If he had to defend it in court, he would be up shit creek because he'd be like, "Okay, Katie, now it's time to produce the evidence," and there's nothing. That video is available. That video is available. I just checked it. It's still there. But again, that the video refers to the Death of the Non-Sequitur show, which did not happen live. Have you guys watched you've seen the Death of the Non-Sequitur show, right?
No, I didn't. April said that she did.
What?
I didn't watch it. I haven't even seen it.
We can't be friends. You're out of here. How could you really?
Yeah, really.
I thought you knew everything. Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
I know everything. I always know everything.
Well, this video you can watch it later on your own convenience. Okay, I just sent it to you on Twitter. Okay. Okay. Please watch it.
Maybe I'm trying to think. Did I or didn't I?
This is the one where Kyle destroyed his credibility in one full swoop by kicking me and Bullinator off the show. You gotta check it out.
Send it to me. I gotta watch.
But if you've watched the Death of Non-Sequitur show type of 1 in the live chat for me, please. I'd like to know who's seen it. All right, but yeah, so number 10, that's complete BS. She did not, in real-time observations, watch something that was not streamed in real time. And by the way, it wasn't put out 3 days later. Jesus Christ. What's the word for that? Liar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, go to 11.
11. On-air fighting between McRae and Curtis continued in subsequent live stream videos created by the two. During one of these subsequent live streams, Paulson commented on a discussion involving how McRae was being paid for his appearances on the videos. Specifically, the issue was raised in one of these live streams as to whether McRae was being paid in cash so as not to impact his Social Security income. Paulson commented on this discussion, a discussion initiated publicly by McRae, Curtis, or other third parties.
Okay, riddle me this. I'm going to steal a line from Emily Baker when she says, what she call it? Not Lone Ranger, but the other one, Ghost Rider. Riddle me this. She's like something like no Ghost Rider. So I'm going to steal that.
Yeah.
Hey, no Ghost Rider. How could you have continued subsequent live streams on a show that was not having a show after the Death of the Non-Sequitur show because they kicked me and David off? Negative Ghost Rider. That's what she says. Negative Ghost Rider. I'm just blaming again, stealing it from Emily. Imitation is a serious form of flattery. How does this work, Nikki?
I don't know, because she's accused you of 2 things now with money. It's always money with her. So disability and now it's Social Security income.
And by the way, I'm removing that as Frida. I don't want any reference to that person. I do not promote trolls and shitty people ever, anywhere, ever. And so I have nothing to do with that person. So I'm just removing that message. I'm sorry, Frida. It's nothing personal. But yeah, you can definitely say, yeah, it even says off air. Yeah, I right. I mean, so Katie's lying.
Yeah.
So yeah, so explain. So riddle me that, Nikki. How does she say subsequently when that was the last video that him and I did together?
Yeah, you can't. And it's pretty sad and pathetic that a fucking lawyer who went to school for this doesn't even check it.
I don't think he cared.
Yeah.
I don't think he cared. My lawyers are very thorough. You saw how much information I have, how many documents I have, that I vetted everything I put into my lawsuit and in other places. I have absolutely overwhelming information for.
Yep.
Right. And by the way, so somebody explain to this because this is a claim. This is a defamational claim.
Yeah.
Right here, she has defamed me. McRae was being paid in cash.
The whole thing is wrong.
As to not impact his Social Security. That's a declarative statement. I have never in my life collected Social Security. Never. If anybody can prove me wrong on that, by all means, go for it, because it never happened. So even in her complaint against me, she's defaming to me.
Oh yeah.
You know,
the whole thing is just bogus.
I mean, just unbelievable. Number 12.
During that same time period, May or June of 2019, and in response to Paulson's comments about McRae's payment and his speculation about fraud. What?
Oh, by the way, where's all the ones? Nobody's in the live chats have seen the Death of the Non-Sequitur show? I thought you all did. Come on, it has 45,000 views. Somebody has had to watch it. Give me a 1 if you've watched the Death of the Non-Sequitur show in the live chat, please. I want to know who's seen it. Go ahead. I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
It looks like there's a spelling error. It's like during that time, blah, blah, blah. And in response to Paulson's comments about McRae's payment and speculation about fraud.
It should be the. This is missing.
I know. That's
okay. Typos happen. Even in legal documents, you're supposed to read beyond the typo because they recognize it does happen. April has to go. Love you, April. Thank you for modding. I'm going to Kimamaki. Do you want to have mod, or Anasfrida? Do you want to have mod? One of you guys take her pick. So if she leaves, I want to have another mod. Nikki, you're mod here, right?
Yeah, I'm a mod. I'm watching the child.
You're also busy doing this, so I don't want to
Yeah.
You're a woman. I don't want to overload you. I'm canceled.
I have 3 lives to do today. Oh my god.
I know. We gotta go because you got busy day today. I know you do.
Yeah.
All right. So
okay. Where did I?
By the way, we're only on 12. There's 62 or something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so and in response to Paulson's comments about McRae's payment and the speculation about fraud, McRae began issuing threats directly to Paulson via his Twitter account. These tweets are no longer accessible because McRae blocked Paulson from his Twitter account, and Twitter only displays the most recent 3,200 tweets on a given account, which for McRae goes back about 1 year.
First of all, she blocked me first.
Yeah, I was going to say, no.
Yeah. For right now, FPR, I'm going to give you moderator because first to ask, so I'm going to let you do it for right now. So.
Yeah, that's Autistic Show. She's a good mod.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Keep it Autistic Show. Absolutely, keep it. Yeah. You're permanent mod. Congratulations! Yay! Thank you for all you do. Thank you for modding for other people and Nikki and helping us all out. So you're wonderful.
Yeah. She is awesome.
So that was bullshit. The tweets are available. I have not deleted anything. Not deleted anything. So that was a lie. And yes, Katie Joy deactivated that account. Yes. So, all right.
Yeah.
Number 14.
All right. Number 14. Paulson's apology video garnered her more attention from McRae and his friends, who increased their online threats and harassment of Paulson.
Really? Wow. Which friends were these?
I'd love to know.
I don't know.
Due to the continued threats and harassment, Paulson took down the apology video. Fuck. Wow.
Yeah, that's not what happened.
No.
We know that for a fact now. She took down her apology video because she doubled down on it after I was not going to let her off the hook for falsely accusing me of sexually harassing me because I stood my ground. Yep. Nobody harassed her on that. People asked for her for evidence and said, "Hey, Katie, you made all these accusations. You admitted that you were wrong about the fraud and Social Security and all these other things." Which, by the way, after she took down her video, she doubled back down on. She started saying them again. But they asked, "Hey, where is this evidence for sexual harassment? Because you just told us." And she's like, "Well, I'm a woman. You're expected to believe me." And then before that, there's like, "You shouldn't believe all women. Pick a lane." And you shouldn't believe all women who lie, first of all. And 2, all that means is you should investigate all claims by a woman. Absolutely.
Always.
Always and forever. Because it does happen. But that doesn't mean you should believe them by fiat. No more than you should believe a guy. If I said, but prior to the stream, Nikki was, abusing me. She came over to my house and kicked me in the groin, and I started talking about my genitals, and I'm like, this never, and she's like, this never happened. You need to ask for evidence, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So yeah, this was determined to be a lie. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Go on.
Number 15. Among the multitudinous examples of threats and lies published about Paulson by McRae or his associates are the following. A. In December 2019, McRae fabricated a screenshot to make it appear that Paulson was glad a child had died. A true and correct copy of the screenshot is attached hereto as Exhibit 1.
That was determined to be a lie. Yeah, and I've already given the evidence for that. I already shown that I got.
I've already seen it.
Yep, everybody has. I made it public. I showed.
It was sent to you. You didn't even do it.
It was sent to me by unveiling the mask, and this has all been established now. You saw my I was mortified. Asking why
I saw the whole conversation.
Why would Katie do this? Why would Katie say that? And then I find out that she had said this on, she actually said something very similar in another comment on a video that was traced back to her. Because I actually have a recording somewhere of the comment that you can click on you can click on the dots and go to the channel.
Yep.
It is her actual channel. And she was talking about, well, what about me? A child died, but what about me? That's what she was saying.
Yes, so, she is disgusting.
And so, no, I did not fabricate any screenshots. That was a bold-faced lie. And then you want to see the exhibit real quick?
Yeah.
This is her big exhibit that I fabricated.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't talk about it. I did talk about it. But this is her evidence that I fabricated. That's a claim that I literally made this up. Now, I want to ask you guys, does this show that I made this up? Because bullshit. Breaking news, trigger warning. This will affect you. Unfortunately, certain things that we leaked this morning in a video that were not meant to be released. It's supposed to be meant. I have typos, obviously. And by the way, if you're a grammar Nazi and you just point out typos and not address the argument, you're just going to get blocked. I don't have time for them. I hate not grammar Nazis. I really
hate
do.
That.
Yeah, I hate. You will be blocked.
You're cheating.
I don't want to deal with you.
No.
But anyways, especially on Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Twitter is like, people have a lot of grammatical and typos on Twitter.
I have a message on one of my videos saying you should have never used Jesse and I. It should have been me and Jesse. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Who the fuck are you to tell me that?
Oh my God. I would lose my shit,
seriously?
dude. I know the difference between me and I and when to use both. And I know how to determine. I just don't care when I'm writing something fucking quickly. Plus, I type
don't
fast.
either. Just like, fuck off.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not worried about.
And another
typing
one under when I posted and tagged you in, they're like, Nikki doesn't even know how to spell off. And I said of.
Yeah.
Fuck right off. So I went back and fixed it and said, there, happy?
Yeah, even in this document, they've got a T for it was he. Yeah. Right? So it happens.
Exactly.
Let me just tell you guys now, if you guys just point out those kind of errors, you're just a jerk. You're just an
People
idiot.
do that, and it's irritating. Why even bother talking if you're going to point out, oh, they spelled things wrong. Uh-oh. But don't even come across and then say what's actually happening.
It's so annoying. But I've spoken directly with Leslie, which I did. I've released all those screenshots and things of that nature. And then I don't want to get into too much detail because, again, it's dealing with, a very specific issue. But this is her evidence right here. Just because I have posted about this, that's her evidence that and I even say my heart, my heart goes out to them at this time and their families. Where's the evidence in here that I fabricated? This is it. That's all of her Exhibit 1.
Yep.
I mean, did her lawyer go, hey, that's not evidence of this?
No, it doesn't even, no, there's nothing there.
And again, she's falsely accused me in this very document of something. Okay, go prove this in a court of law. I dare you. Does anybody think that I fabricated a goddamn thing? Because if you did, you can get the fuck out of my chat because that has never happened. And then you have idiots out there. Oh, I saw Picasso on Steve's desktop. Fuck off, you idiot. Jesus Christ. All right, number go to B. Sorry, I'm animated right now.
It's okay. I would be too. All right. McRae has publicly and continually alleged that Paulson is involved in fraudulent fundraising via the online platform GoFundMe. True and correct copies of said allegations are attached hereto as Exhibit 2.
Oh, let's look at 2.
Yeah, let me see this shit.
Okay. Here's 2. Another GoFundMe by Katie Joy, created 2013, never closed. That's it. Thankfully, her son is now 7, I believe, and is doing well. Again, this is not about her son, but Katie's use of GoFundMes. And it was about the fact, people had talked about her home, and then, she did this thing with the Ronald McDonald house charities that she didn't get permission from them to do, which they were required, and it went to her PayPal. I was not the only one asking questions about her GoFundMe, which is
everybody wants an answer still to this day.
Yeah, and that's fine. You can ask questions. People ask questions about my GoFundMe. You know what? People that came to me, I gave them answers, and they got it. But this stuff, these absolutely. When you have a GoFundMe for Ronald McDonald going to your PayPal, I got questions.
Yeah, because you can even do, and you can actually link Ronald McDonald right up into on your YouTube channel and everything else. You direct link, and yet she chose her PayPal.
So how is that defamatory?
Yeah,
how is that defamatory? Explain this to me. And then number C.
McRae has publicly posted Paulson's home address by posting or reposting a screenshot made by his associate, Tina Sims Knight, with the following caption alongside the address. Here's where she lives. She thinks she's safe. I got her address months ago. It's easy to find. A true and correct but redacted copy of this post is attached here too.
Yeah, and this is Exhibit 3, which never, by the way, there was nothing in there, and Tina made it very clear that what she was trying to say. And talk about talking things out of context, right? This was it.
Yeah.
And I said, here, this is Exhibit 3. I'm the new admin of this group. Fear me. Heart.
You always talk like that. Like,
heart.
Wow.
Yeah, this really, she doesn't understand things like sarcasm. This is the same thing when she was like, the
person below saying the spankings and shit are joking with you. Like,
yes, that's all. And by the way, there's nothing, you can't even tell anything from the photograph. And Tina made it very clear. She was just saying, why did anybody can go find her information? If she was, like, oh, I'm safe, from whatever. It's like, well,
tells everybody every day she's in Minnesota, Hanover, Minnesota.
Right.
Right?
That was Tina's point. It's like, why are you broadcasting all your information, which she put out there, her own address, and then you're like, oh, I'm being harassed and people this and don't come over to my house and I've been swatted 4 times. That's what Tina was pointing out.
He was never once swatted, and I'm sick and tired of her saying that.
Never once. So Tina was pointing out her hypocrisy, and then Katie took that out of context to obviously try to make it sound worse than it was. That's it. Anybody thinks Tina would threaten somebody, they're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
And so that's her big evidence for Exhibit 3.
Yeah.
A heart. I got a heart. I mean, just unbelievable that her lawyer she did not laugh his ass off with this.
No.
I know how much time you got left.
I have to go live at 4.
Okay, so we'll push through some of this stuff. We don't have to read.
Well, even if not, we can do it again if you want.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, just continue on.
All right. 16. Mm-hmm. After it became clear to Paulson that nothing she said or did would halt the wave of threats and harassment washing over her, she disengaged with McRae and his associates.
What? Yeah, no. This was the last communication I ever had with that woman directly was on September 22nd. Was it 2021? And maybe something on Instagram for like one thing, but other than that, nothing. So that's just bullshit. All right, continue.
On May 29, 2020, Paulson filed a petition in Wright County for an ex parte harassment restraining order, which was granted on June 1st, 2020 by Judge Stephen Halsey, see Wright County District case, blah, blah, blah. The order was to last for 2 years until June 1st, 2022.
Wrong. Again, let me reiterate, it was only for the last for 2 years if and only if 2 things happen. I didn't file or a judge granted it after a hearing.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how it works. That's why it's called ex parte.
Yeah.
That's why it's called a TRO. And here's the interesting part. We're talking about GoFundMes. She's saying, oh, Steve Crest, my GoFundMes. Explain why she needed a $10,000 GoFundMe to go back to court for me to say when she already obtained a 2-year RO. She had a GoFundMe for this. We've seen the screenshot for that.
Yeah. And if she can afford 2 Bentleys, why does she need a GoFundMe?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
she sticks your foot in her mouth all the time. I think it's hilarious.
Have you guys seen that? I'm not going to bring it up right now, but there's a screenshot of her GoFundMe. I think it was Tia was talking about it one time, or somebody was talking about it. But it's just like that. She wanted $10,000 to go back to court because I asked for a hearing. And here's the funniest thing: my retainer wasn't even near that. What did she need $10,000 for?
Exactly.
What did she need $10,000 for?
Didn't she?
That was to me the job about fraudulent GoFundMes. When you're asking for $10,000 for a hearing that you've already paid for your lawyer, because I'm sure she's on a fixed retainer. Mine was.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. She was scamming people. Absolutely scamming people.
Definitely is.
Sue me for that. Go ahead. Sue me for saying that you're scamming people when I want to see receipts for a $10,000 for you lying, not you, but Katie lying said that she got a 2-year RO that she didn't get. It was if and only if I didn't ask for a hearing, which I did. So yeah, that's bullshit. Okay, continue on.
19. Once Paulson's address was published to McRae's associates with no directions to harass her.
We're on 18. We're on 18.
I'm on 18. Sorry, my bad.
That's good.
Number 18. Paulson's petition alleged, among other things, online harassment, harassing phone calls or text messages, and harassment via various social media platforms by McRae, as well as uploading videos defaming Paulson and the creation of hate groups or degrade Paulson, online publication of her personal contact information and address, and direction of McRae's associates to harass and defame.
Never happened. Never happened.
Wow.
None of you guys, I've never asked a single person, not a single fucking person, to ever do any of that. Never. Never would, never have, never going to. This was absolutely, objectively a lie.
Yeah.
And also, it's funny. She in her bullshit TRO against me, she claimed that I sent her text messages. I've never once sent her text messages of any kind.
You didn't prove that either, because
She's talking about her cell phone. Yeah. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, that car's driving me nuts. I want to do something for tires, but I'll be good for today.
Yeah. So no, there was no direction. Did any of you guys harass her? If you guys get the hell out of my chat, if you're harassed her, I don't deal with that bullshit. I have nothing to do with it. Sex addict Kitty is beyond delusional. Wow. Yeah. No, I've been trying to tell people this, sex addict. How long I've been trying to say this? Because again, she's making these allegations to Todd Chrisley now. She's making them about all these other people. Don't you think lawyers talk? And don't you think they go, whatever happened to all, you're claiming this guy, Steve McRae, was all this, but now you're saying my client?
Exactly.
Well, her lawyers didn't care enough to check it out, Mark D'Angelo.
No,
I don't
clearly.
think. My lawyers had all the facts.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, your lawyer was awesome.
Continue on. Oh, I love my TRLO by the way. I still talk to, and it's so funny because she once tweeted, "Oh, did you? Hey, Steve, why don't you tell people about your lawyer, firing you?" Her words. I'm like,
yeah, I remember that.
I'm like, what? I had talked to the guy like a year after. He's like, he even messaged me. He's like, hey, by the way, did you ever file suit against Katie? Yeah, out of the blue. So I mean, really?
Yeah.
She just lies. The lies.
She does. It always gets caught. So stupid.
All right. And by the way, I really do hope some of her subscribers follow these threads one of these days, because if they can't see how bad she lies, it's just, there's no hope for them. There's
not.
Yeah. Okay. 19 now.
19. Once Paulson's address was published to McRae's associates with directions to harass her, she began receiving visits from the local police and child protective services due to false reports of child endangerment at a residence. McRae and associates also contacted Paulson's neighbors to disseminate the same or similar false statements solely for the purpose of harassing and defaming Paulson.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So Paulson's address was published by McRae's associates. Her address was on her limited liability corporation on her own webpage.
Yeah.
And I don't know any associate of mine that published it. Tina never published it, because that's what she's referring to, right?
Yeah. And she's blamed other people for the CPS coming there.
Yep. And directions to harass her. Okay. Where's the evidence I've ever directed anybody to harass her?
Yeah.
Ever?
Where's the proof that you called the child protective service? Well, where's all that?
That was, okay. We know now that there was CPS calls and they were from...
Yeah, but it wasn't you, is what I mean.
Yeah,
I know people... Yeah, and that's the stupidity of people. Don't do that. Don't give her ammo.
Absolutely. But we know that was the UK person.
Yeah.
Now, correct? Who I've never talked to. So how can I give that UK person I've never talked to directions?
Exactly.
And then also, she's talking about the local police, right? And she's now claiming that Todd Chrisley was the reason for this.
Exactly. You can't just... Anyways, wow.
McRae and associates also contacted Paulson's neighbors. I've never contacted her neighbors. I could not tell you anybody. I know somebody has. I don't know their name. I don't remember who the fuck it was.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember. It's been that long. And so what the hell has this got to do with me?
And that could have been just a rumor too. I don't even know. I don't even know if it's true if they contacted the neighbors.
I think they did, and it was about the flag thing. The flag, the
okay.
It was over the flag, but I don't remember who it was that did it. But somebody did say they contacted their neighbors, and again, the veracity of that is questionable. But I did it.
Yeah.
So, nor did I ever ask anybody to. Like I said, I could not name a person who did.
Yeah.
So, all right, number 20.
Upon receipt of the order, McRae contacted an attorney and requested a hearing for McRae. As available under prior to the hearing, the parties submitted various pieces of confidential evidence marked as confidential and understood by the parties to remain unpublished to the public pursuant to Rule 14 of the Minnesota General Rules of Practice, stating that a confidential document means a document that will not be accessible to the public, but will be accessible to court staff and, where applicable, to certain government entities as authorized by law,
Yeah.
court rule or court order.
Yeah. Will not be accessible, meaning the public can't go find it.
Yeah.
But my lawyer said, you obtain this information during the process of the trial. You can do whatever the hell you want with it.
Exactly.
I asked him this, by the way, which proves
Yeah,
no
you
malice. She has to demonstrate that I was malicious, correct? Because she's a public figure.
Yeah.
My lawyer said, I asked him specifically, can I release with the confidential exhibits? He's like, you obtain them through the course of the legal proceedings. You can do what you want with them, but I have to remind you that Katie's litigious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, that's fine. And so I released them. So there's two things. One, let's assume, let's make worst case scenario that my lawyer was wrong, which he wasn't, but let's say that he was. The fact that I asked the lawyer and I got permission nullifies any malice. There's no way she can win on that. No way.
Yeah, because you asked for a lot of things. Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I say this? You were always careful.
Yes.
Because, well, you know how she is. She's flax.
Which means you cannot prove malice.
Exactly.
But my lawyer said the exact same thing about accessibility. He's like, that just means that they can't get it through the public records. They can't just go to the site. He's like, but you got it. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm not beholden to that. There's, now if there's a gag order that says you can't talk about this, that's a difference. But I wasn't under any gag order. So, but like I said, worst case, it would be, well, the lawyer said I could, no malice. And this goes on to say, shall not be accessible to the public, right? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to skip all this because this is, I know you're on time schedule. All right, number 22.
Number 22, following McCrae's appearance by and through his attorney, the parties hereto arranged for a 1-year confidentiality agreement in return for Paulson's dismissal of the HRO. The confidentiality agreement explicitly forbade A, any contact between the parties or comments on their online channels, B, any disparagement of the other party, C, any defamation of the other party, or D, any discussion of the dismissal of the HRO proceeding. There was no provision in the confidentiality agreement allowing either party to publish any confidential exhibits filed with the court during the HRO.
Because it didn't need to be.
Yeah.
They didn't need to be. By the way, the rest of it's correct, by the way.
Wow.
I don't see any error in that particular one.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right? Got one thing right. But there didn't need to be. Because, again, I asked my lawyer if I could.
Yeah.
Again, no malice. Even if that was a violation, she doesn't have an actionable thing.
No.
So all this goes into all that, blah, blah, blah. She talked about there was never an unsealing. So what? Again, irrelevant. There's nothing that she act upon. If she thinks she can get a case off that, by all means. And I just saw the evidence. My lawyer said I could. Judge goes, oh yeah, there was no malice. Bye bye. Because there's no malicious intent. I made very clear I wanted to make sure that I was legally able to do this. I have multiple messages with my attorney.
Yeah, I've seen not all, but I have seen them, and you actually ask.
All right, continue on.
The court never issued an order unsealing the evidence Paulson submitted during the HOR proceeding. Number 25. On July 7, 2021, McCrae published the following statement on his public Twitter account. Here was Paulson's evidence. It was absolutely nothing. Her lawyer did not want her going in front of the judge to argue this in any way constituted a need for an RO, which she never got. By
the way, sick. This means that there's a grammatical error. It should be anyway with a space, and it should be a RO. So that's what the sick means, because it's not and would be for a vowel, so it would be a RO, and then anyway would be two words. Okay, but other than that, but yeah, this is all fact. Her lawyer they did not want to go in front of a judge.
Yeah,
they did not. And most lawyers generally don't want things adjudicated through a judge because there's always the potential to lose, obviously. But in her case, it was holy shit. It's funny. I'll even tell you this. My lawyer had said, "Hey, one of the things she's talking about is you releasing her son's medical records." That was her claim.
Yeah.
Right. And
you have her medical?
That's what he asked me. He's like, "What is she talking about? How do you have her son's medical records?" And I was like, "No. All I did was to say I compiled a list and I put them on Twitter of all the things she said was wrong with her child, which seems to be
that's not a medical record. That's
an incredibly long list of things that seem to be incongruent. That's the only thing I was saying. I've never said her child isn't sick. I've never said her child never had heart problems. I just said, hey, look, if you're saying one person has all these different maladies, there might be something to look into. But that's all I was asking by compiling this. And he's like, she said he has all these. And she says, can you provide me a link of where she said these things? I went through and every single one of them, Maybe there was one was questionable, but I think I even found one for that. I'm just gonna say all of them. Every single one of them I found where she said it. There's your defense.
Yeah.
There's your defense. I just repeated what she said.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's not hard to find. She's always talking about that poor kid.
Yeah. It just blows my mind that her lawyer did not go, hey, you need to have actually some evidence for this stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. This whole thing blows me away. Her lawyer's very, in my opinion, competent.
And why would this be in here? It was absolutely nothing. Yeah. I mean, Erin went over on her channel. Go watch Erin, EKC People Suck. She went over the evidence. Yeah. And even she was just like, this is all you got, Steve? This is all she said? I'm like, yeah, seriously. Yeah. I mean, there's a few other things that she wanted to have introduced that I didn't make public at the time, but I did afterwards. Because they wanted to have 8 hours worth of video. It's admitted, not even timestamped. I swear to God, 8 hours on a DVD or CD or whatever the hell it was, a video. And my lawyer's just like laughing. He's like, it doesn't work that way. He's like, this judge has never had a longer than a 2 hour HR hearing. There's no way he's going to sit through 8 hours of fucking video just watching these. It doesn't work anything like that kind of stuff. He was and
no timestamps. Can you imagine?
No timestamps. I even have the video list. I even have in my emails. They want to submit this, and this. I'm like, that video is 2 hours long. That one's 2 hours long. I was like, shit, really? Yeah. He's like, yeah. It was such bullshit. Yeah. All right. Number 26.
Upon decimation of the confidential information contained in those exhibits, the attacks upon Paulson began again with renewed vigor.
Really?
Apparently.
Okay.
She has been the victim of increased false police reports, additional false reports of child endangerment, and threats to her physical safety and the physical safety of her husband and young child.
All because I released her evidence? Her evidence. So it wasn't because of Todd Chrisley. By the way, that's a hint, that's a positive defense for Todd Chrisley, isn't it?
Yep.
Jesus Christ, people, put some dots together. Right? Yeah. Okay, continue number 27. I mean, that's just, fuck me, man.
Just laughable. Wow. All right. The threats and harassment have become so vigorous that Paulson has already begun planning to move at her own expense simply to help ensure her family's safety.
Really? Then why is she putting a new deck with money that she got from her fans?
Exactly.
I mean, really? Okay, she's planning to move.
Okay.
It wasn't because she got swatted by Todd Chrisley 4 times, was it? Oh, because that's what she's been telling their lawyers. She's been swatted by Todd Chrisley 4 times. Or because of him. And I think there's some things in 7M too, obviously.
Yep.
And by the way, like I said, multiple lawsuits are she has, and I think maybe more are on their way. And yes, I've been asked more than just one that I've been involved with. So, number 28 is golden.
Okay, number 28. McCrae has bragged about his online viewership increasing after making defamatory statements about Paulson, and it has shared publicly the numbers and charts showing the increase in viewership, readership when he does so. True and correct copies of posts by McCrae showing these increases in audience are attached here too as Exhibit 6.
Oh, okay. Let's look at Exhibit 6. Oh, by the way, this was the one. Her evidence was nothing.
Yeah.
Can you please read for the audience Exhibit 6?
My blog hit an all-time high today. The story is getting out. We won't be bullied. We won't be silenced. And
my blog.
Yeah.
That's it. That literally is it. Right there. Boom. Nothing to do with viewership in my YouTube channel. My blog, which I had said made $22 that particular month. What the fuck?
Wow.
Do you guys see how she twists things? You do not.
She does, and this is why she's got to be stopped. This is ridiculous.
I tried. Look. I mean, I admit people are like, some people are like, well, we shouldn't have to pay for your life. I get that. People want to donate. They want to donate. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But you know what? At least I stuck my fucking neck out, and I stood up for myself, and I said no. I said, I'm not going to let you defame me. I'm not going to let you slander me. I'm not going to let you make false allegations about me committing fraud, social security fraud, disability fraud, and worst of all, sexually harassing you. I'm not going to fucking take it. Eat shit is what I said. And I took steps. And if anybody falls me for it, those are not the people I want around in my life. But this, saying that, Steve admitted it was for viewership on a blog.
Yeah.
That's a general $22. Yeah, right. And by the way, I don't have it right in front of me, but Nikki, you've seen what I've sent. It was 22 something, right?
I see that.
It's like, come on. It's like, come on. It's the lies.
Exactly. That's what gets me going. It's like, and people believing it is what's worse.
And that's what I'm saying. I've gotten some justice already. Most people that have 2 working brain cells or more realize she's lied.
Yeah.
She's not just done it to me. She's done it to 7M. She's done it to Toddy Westbrook. She's done it to Jeffree Star. She's done it to Nick Daly.
Everybody she's ever been in contact with.
Todd Chrisley. And I even say she's even done it to Sherelle. She's certainly done it to people like Aaron, Leslie Bass, or Ellie B is her name now. She's done it to Tina. I mean, how many names do we need to see? How many people she's defamed? She has multiple lawsuits.
And that's why I'm not understanding how she still has platforms. She's clearly a problem. She's an issue. She's got to go.
I don't know, dude. I think it's because I think most of her. Okay, so one of the 2 things. Some of her followers just don't care. They just like entertainment. They don't give a shit. They're like real. They know reality TV is not real, but they watch it anyways, right? Okay, whatever. But the ones that donate to her, you are feeding an evil monster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I call her, the monster. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Surgeon General breath, buddy. I don't want Katie to be a little. No, here's the thing. This is de-stressing for me, dude. This is amazing for me that I finally get to make this public. Because I've been waiting to do it, but I want to put out things bit by bit so people can kind of digest it. And I want to see the people that lie and fill in the blanks of data that they don't know. And I know who I can trust and who I can't trust. And I know people that know I can trust, that they can trust me.
Yeah.
And that means a lot. All right. Number 29.
Am I on 29?
My blog. My blog. Jesus Christ. My blog. She's worried about my blog. Yeah, you know why? Because my blog actually reaches a lot more people than my videos sometimes. And people read my blog because I write some good stuff, I think. But go ahead.
In the online community, revenue is directly tied to audience size. Every time McRae defames Paulson, he profits from it as shown by the increased audience size.
What? I've spent $5,000 fucking dollars of my own money that I have not recouped. How am I profiting from this? Explain this to me, somebody. Because my GoFundMe made $4,400. One person, because they scammed GoFundMe, and I do believe that, they got $200 back. Wasn't from me. I didn't give them the money back, and I'm not going to. Quote me on that. Fuck off. But you know, people will too. They're like, "Oh, look at Steve's fuck off to people." Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not here to cater to trolls. I'm not. They can run with their narratives. I want people to see that's how they run with it. I don't care. But you can see they already lied and said, this would be Steve's GoFundMe not accepting donations. People are asking me about. And I'm like, yeah, well, I turned them off. I just turned them back on too. I can do this. Yeah. And so she's talking about directly profiting. I'm still in the net red. I haven't profited off Katie. Exactly. I have not. You even add up all the money I made in my for AdSense. All that it might have broken even, but that's because I do multiple different shows and multiple different things. But that's not from Katie. So I'm talking about Katie always. So I don't understand how she's again putting my blog as evidence of this that made $22.
I know, right?
God. All right, continue on.
All right. Relief requested, defamation per se. Number 30. Defendant re-alleges and incorporates paragraphs 1 through 29 as if fully set forth herein. Number 31. Paulson and McRae had a business relationship and subsequent falling out.
I disagree. There was no business relationship between her and I.
Number 32. In retaliation of Paulson's expression of her disgust for McRae's sexual harassment.
Projection.
McRae published numerous false and injurious statements about her online through various social media channels.
So this was the narrative. And by the way, she actually at one time
her narratives are awful.
On my blog, it said, she says, "Well, I never said he directly sexually harassed me. I just said he made me feel uncomfortable." Her words. And then she changed her narrative was, "Oh, Steve made these numerous sexual, things toward me, and I was so mortified." And he went on a 2-year-long harassment campaign because I rejected him. Really now?
Yeah.
Bitch, you ain't all that.
Exactly.
You ain't all that. There's no man in the world that's going to go on even a 5-minute campaign against you because he was rejected by you. There's people at a bar at 2:00 in the morning that you could reject him and they'd be like, "Thank God I wasn't that drunk."
Yeah.
Okay, come on. I mean, does anybody for the life of Jesus Christ, think that this even makes sense. That somebody, like even myself, who's going to go, oh, yeah, you know what? Man, that Katie Joy, she really hurt my feelings by rejecting me. I'm going to go on a 2-year long, 2-year long. Oh, I got a mower. Sorry. Hang on. That's loud. Surgeon General, $22. Thank you, Surgeon General. It's towards your favorite vice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not sure what my favorite vice is, but yeah, I think it's probably right now going to be Scotch. I finally finished my brandy, by the way. I bought a bottle of E&J last year. I think it was, or like the beginning of the year. It had to be at least 6 months. I just now finished. That's how infrequently I will drink. But I had a friend of mine messaged me last night. He's like, "Hey, I'm drunk. You want to hang out, talk philosophy?" So and
I saw a bottle of wine from Christmas last year. I haven't even drank.
I didn't drink with him, but after I hung up with him, I was like, I'll have some tea and put some EJ in it, and I finished it. But anyways, thank you, Surgeon General. I appreciate that very much. And by the way, he is a wonderful mod, even though I don't do much with the Discord. I will be trying to do more. I keep saying that, but I really do need to try. But he's done amazing. If you guys need a Discord mod, that dude knows his shit. And also my GoFundMe is still on the top, but anyway, it doesn't really matter because I had one person donate, and you know what? That just proves everybody else is full of shit. So.
Yep, I agree.
All right, moving on. But but if you want to donate and you want to help me recoup, I'm cool with that. Also become a channel member.
Yeah, that helps too.
Number 33.
McRae published those false and libelous statements to one or more third parties and the general public.
Whatever. Just read through. These are just
34. McRae knew or should have known that these statements that are about Paulson were false.
But they weren't. They weren't false. Yeah. They were true. Sorry.
Yeah, apparently McRae made false statements asserting that Paulson had committed criminal acts and or was engaged in criminal activity and or that would be understood as describing criminal behavior.
Such as? I mean, that may not actually be false, but I don't know what she's referring to, but go ahead.
Yeah. 36. McRae's false statements about Paulson that were intended to, or reasonably likely to, damage Paulson in her person, business and personal and business reputations, and standing in her local community.
Yeah, I affected her standing. Me.
No, she did that on her own.
Okay.
37. McRae's statements constitute defamation per se, and as such, general damages are presumed. Number 38. True, actually. As a direct and proximate cause of McRae's actions, Paulson has suffered general and specific damages.
Hang on, real quick. Is that true on 37? I thought that special damages are assumed, but general damages I thought were like PTSD and things of that nature. I don't think those are assumed. Is that true? Yeah. Is that true for defamation per se? That I know damages are assumed, but is it general? I don't remember the legalese because I don't pretend to be a lawyer on YouTube, you know. But anyways, this is a minor thing. But go ahead.
Businesses and standing in her community in an amount to be established at trial, but which exceeds $50,000, together with interest, costs, disbursements, and attorney's fees as may be available at law. And B, permanent injunction enjoining direct or indirect communication or publication about Paulson. 39. Defendant realleges and incorporates paragraphs 1 through 38 as if fully set forth herein. Number 40. Paulson seeks immediate temporary and permanent relief in the form of an injunction and restraining order directing that
really
defamatory posts concerning her, whether addressing her by her given name or by any monkier, including but not limited to KJ, Kitty Joy Paulson, or any other label referring to, referencing, or linking to a description of her, and to refrain from making or posting any such statements in the future, or soliciting or inciting any associates to do likewise.
Now, let me make this very clear. This is where she screwed up again on the other lawsuit, because if you were on the phone call, remember the judge was saying that's a criminal matter, or, you know, you need to go to the police, blah, blah. How do you ask for a restraining order in a civil tort case? I've never seen that before. And again, I'm not a lawyer, but you know, if you want to get a restraining order, why don't you just file for a restraining order?
Yeah. I mean, and this number 40 right here, this is showing me that that's what this is all about. She wants you to stop talking about her.
Right. And she did the same thing in the TRO. Remember, I want McRae to stop talking about me online.
Yep.
And she wants me to delete any defamatory posts. Bullshit. I will tell you right now, I've not deleted a goddamn motherfucking thing. The only time I delete something is my really bad typo spelling error and I just want to correct it. But no, my shit stays because I want a record. And I would be damned. Take me to court. I'm not fucking deleting anything. And none of it's defamatory because it's all fucking true. And I can prove it's true with evidence in a court of law. The problem is unfortunately, I don't have the means other people have. And I'm sorry, but justice, it does seem to be based upon means. That's not welcome to fucking America, I guess, right? And it sucks. And do I get upset about that? Yeah, but there's other ways to get justice. And I've even met that. I will use funds and everything else of how I deem to get justice. And I'm going to continue to do that.
Yep, I agree.
So basically, these are just the you know, I know you got a time schedule, so people can read these. I'm just going to go through them real quick. Blah, 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 evidence, confidentiality, blah, 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 confidentiality. She basically, I'll read these, going to get through these real quick. Paulson has suffered immediate and irreparable harm as a result of McCrae's publication and Paulson's confidential evidence and sensitive information contained therein. Really? Does anybody believe this? Again, how is it that she's suffered irreparable harm when she's went from 178,000 subs to 248,000? Come on, prove that in a court of law. Constructive contempt, sealed documents, more and more. I don't want to fix too on the sealed documents because that's just bullshit. But
yeah,
McCrae has acted in direct defiance of a court order in a manner that constitutes constructive contempt of court. First of all, contempt of court has to be shown, and second of all, you want to get my lawyer disbarred? Then you want to go after my lawyer for saying that I could?
Holy.
Which people have seen those messages. I don't think I've ever made it public, and but no, I did. Did I make it public on one of my blogs? I don't remember. But it doesn't matter. My lawyer did say I could. So there's no malicious, you know, due to McCrae's malicious defiance of the court order. Boom. No, my lawyer said that I could. How is that malicious defiance? Anybody? Again, I'm not a lawyer, but, you know. Paulson is the victim of slander, physical threats, and unlawful prosecution by McCrae and his associates, requiring her to relocate herself and her family to ensure their protection.
Never fucking moved. So nice try. What the hell? She's got construction going all over. She plans on staying there, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, because of me, she has to move. I mean, again, I want to see evidence for that. Okay, you read 52 because 52 is gold. Is gold, people.
For these reasons, Paulson respectfully requested an award of monetary damages in an amount to be proven at trial, to be paid by McCrae to compensate for her need to physically relocate her family, which would not be necessary but for McCrae's unauthorized and contemptuous publication of documents sealed by this court.
That's going to take a hell of a lot of evidence, let me tell you, to convince a judge of that.
Wow.
You think a judge is going to take your word on that when this is the extent of your fucking exhibits?
So why ain't she taking you to court if she feels she's entitled to all that shit, right?
She could have gone for she could have gone. Hang on.
I wish she would have, because it would have been a really good shit show.
She could have gone for a restraining order again, and I would have fought her, and would have gone vexatious litigation. I would have sued her in small claims court. That's my lawyer said basically to do. That we were it's called vexatious litigation. The courts are well under her. They know her game. They know her game. The courts know her, okay, by name at this point. It's kind of like, do you remember with the NonSequitur showcase? We were talking about the clerks of the court so much about Kyle and the ADA. The ADA actually told me straight up, I swear to God, she had said, I never want to hear this guy's Kyle's name ever again. To me, after we were like trying to get him, you know, held in jail for the contempt bail, contempt hearing that he had a bond on. So yeah, she told me that. So they know who she is. So what is she going to tell a judge? Yeah, you can write anything you want in an affidavit, but you have to prove it. Now, do I regret not going to the hearing? To some degree, but I listened to my attorney. But yeah, you goddamn right. I'd be like, okay, judge, where's her evidence for this? And then I would want vexatious litigation, and I would sue her in small claims court.
Yep.
So, because I don't have to prove defamation in small claims court, I just prove vexatious litigation.
And she's got till tomorrow, right?
Yes. Yes. All right. So this is bullshit that, you know, she's telling the judge she has to move because of me. Come on.
Yeah.
Nobody in their right mind would buy that bullshit.
Yeah, she's putting it in a patio, exactly. So obviously she wasn't too fucking afraid.
And of course, what about Todd Chrisley swatting her or having being swatted by Todd? Yeah. All right, or all the Tony Westbrook fans that went after her.
Yeah.
Or the Jeffree Star fans, or
fucking James Charles. And
James Charles, right?
And Dawson, and oh my god.
Dawson. Oh my god, that's Dawson. Yeah. Oh my god, I just lost count. It's because of this person. It's
always someone else's fault. It's always
injurious falsehood. Number 53. Go ahead.
Defendant realleges and incorporates paragraphs 1 through as if fully set forth herein. 54, McCrae intentionally made false statements about Paulson's business to third parties. 55, McCrae acted with malice and intended those false statements to induce others not to engage with Paulson online or consume the content she produces on her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
56, Paulson's viewership measurably declined after each of McCrae's false statements about Paulson.
Really?
What?
Yeah, that's not true.
She's got more
By the way,
subs.
real quick, there's a person in my live chat. I never really talked about this, but I had a discussion with somebody that had convinced me to sue her and convinced me to fund it with a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And so that person happens to be in the live chat right now. I'm not going to call them out. I love this person, and I was thankful that they did, and I would not change anything, even though it cost me $5,000 of my own money because we weren't able to raise the capital, the resources to do it, which is fine. That's not their fault. We thought we would probably get 20, and we got nowhere near that. And it happens, and again, I no issue there. But I want, if this person is okay with it, if they could say it. I wasn't the person who came up, to say, oh, I'm gonna have a GoFundMe of this. It was their suggestion based upon they wanted justice as well. So anybody who says that I was somehow grifting or I was doing this, for to get money or anything like that, no, none of that was my idea. Somebody had come to me, made a very cogent argument about why I should preemptively sue her because she's going to sue me and then get funding for it. Let her countersue me, which we knew was going to happen. This was kind of pre-planned. What's it called? A happy accidental incident, but a kind of a semi-planned one because I was thinking, okay, if she does countersue me, we'll see the fucking there and let her sue me. Right?
It would be awesome if she did.
Right. And so this was kind of a plan. I even said something along the lines at one time that, it's kind of expected for her to counter and I want to see what's in it because that's the crux of it. But, and again, I'm not going to call out the person who had that conversation with me because people know I don't do that, but they are in the live chat and that was the fact. They came to me. And so anybody who thinks that this was my idea to have GoFundMe, nope, but I'm all for it now. There we go. GoFundMe. Right there, the link. So fuck everybody that talks about my GoFundMe. I don't care. None of them get nothing publicly on that because they don't deserve anything. Come to me privately because here's the thing. The people that had got the evidence and they knew that GoFundMe was just fine. So anyways, number 57, I think we're on.
McCrae's viewership measurably increased after each of his false statements about Paulson.
On my blog! For a couple of days. For the month. We'll go for the month. My blog. She's concerned about my blog. Okay. I mean, great. I mean, happy though. Yes. Look, I love viewership on my blog. It's, it's not that lucrative, of course, but that's not, I don't do it for that. I do it when I want the information out. And really, the blog is very effective. So, all right, continue.
58. McCrae profited from issuing these false statements about Paulson.
$22.
Yeah. 59. Paulson therefore respectfully requests compensation from McCrae in the amount compromised of the decrease in income to Paulson's following McCrae's statements, plus the increase in income to McCrae following those same statements in the amount in excess of $50,000.
Well, here's the thing. Surgeon General, he was gracious and gave me a super chat of $22. So that's $44 now. So 44. Yeah. So $44 out of 50 grand that she thinks she should be getting from me.
Yeah, why shouldn't she sue for that 50 grand?
And by the way, here's a fun fact, Nikki. I don't know if I even showed you this, but I think I did. I could show an $8,000 loss because of what Katie has said about me. I can show the actual numbers dropping after she's made slanderous remarks about me. When she started,
you showed me some of that. Yeah.
When she said that I sexually harassed her and she started making those comments, I can show $8,000 worth of loss. People are like, well, that's bullshit. Well, want to bet?
Yeah, it's not bullshit.
It's not bullshit. Very few people know my finances, but few people I do trust. And some people have.
I've seen your freaking credit scores and everything. Like, you trust me.
Yeah. I've had people fucking try to essentially blackmail me because I never said I was poor. What I said was frugal. Yeah. But I'm not flat broke. And I haven't been flat broke in 3 or 4 years. I was at one time. Back during the NonSequitur show, I was down to $400 in my checking account. Yeah, but before that, I had made decent money selling my home. And I had a bank account. I lived off that. And that's when people were like, well, you didn't pay taxes for 2 years. Yeah, because I had no income, dipshits.
Yeah.
These people were just dumb. When they found an old clip of me like, oh, yeah, I don't pay income taxes. I don't have any income. Yeah, because you don't have any income. I literally sold my house, and I told people this. I had a savings, and I made some money off a gift of equity, and I had equity on my house.
Yeah.
And so same thing here. It's like, people just saying that I'm making profit on this stuff, but I'm still in the negative. I've not come ahead. So
yeah, exactly.
anyways, Mark D'Angelo says, I hope this really works out for you, Steve. She's a POS, a piece of shit, for sure, and needs to be shut down to prevent her from doing this again to other poor people. And that's up to the YouTubers, YouTube and things of that nature. All I can say is that my position is this: if you're supporting Katie Joy or any of the people that she puts out information to get her information out, I want nothing to do with you. I just don't.
Stay the fuck away from us.
Yeah, because you're part of the problem. And that's it. That's it. And that's her law firm. That's it. And then the exhibits. So that's the full document. So anybody got questions about it, let me know. But I think, Nikki, that we've made a pretty good case that, this is all bullshit.
Yeah, it is all bullshit. It's laughable bullshit. It's insane bullshit. It's a wow moment. You know what I mean? And everybody in the audience or anybody that sees this, if they don't think that, then you guys are fucking delusional.
That's what I'm saying. It's
honestly, you just want to hate Steve just because he's Steve.
Why didn't you file? Well, now you know. The reason why is because I want her to file this. I was waiting for her to file this. And then it's one thing, it's cheaper because then I don't have to worry about my case. Because I want her to prove her allegations against me. If she can't prove her allegations against me, I don't care if I win a defamation suit as much as showing people that she lied about me, which was the whole fucking reason I sued her in the first place.
Yeah.
It's like people can't understand that. And by the way, a lot of people, you guys didn't suffer the shit that she had done to you all. She did to Nikki, myself, Aaron, Tina, Sherelle, even though Sherelle kind of went off in blah blah land. Ellie B. Who else was there? I mean, God, all these different people that she's done this to. We experienced this shit firsthand. So people in the peanut gallery wanting to throw stones and go, "Oh, you didn't file." You guys don't have a clue what was going on if you didn't message me about it like I asked you to.
Yeah, that's all I got to do. If you're literally an open book, just go ask them anywhere, Twitter, whatever. Go ask. They'll show you.
So hopefully I can put this to rest for a while because it's not my fun thing talking about Katie. I don't enjoy it. I really fucking don't. It's cathartic, yes, and I get my stress out because she's such a POS and she's done this to so many people and had people listen to me a year ago. She wouldn't have caused a harm to the McRae family, Marvin McRae and Letitia and Dre and all that crap that's been going on. None of that would have happened. She wouldn't have defamed 7M. And the dancers for that, and Todd Chrisley, none of that would have happened if people weren't out there supporting Katie. So those people that were supporting Katie, those are the ones the community should go, hey, look, you guys are just as bad as she is.
Yeah.
And I don't see a lot of that, but I see some of it, But
yeah, it's better now.
Yeah, Sherelle's getting sued by a Real Housewife. Yeah, so I heard. Yep. And it's so funny. I no issue with Sherelle, but I've seen a dark side.
Oh, I should go. I got to get my boy.
Yeah,
from
I know.
The bus.
All right, wrap it up. I'll get my thoughts after you take off. But anything you want to leave people with? I think she has to go to open the door for something. I don't know if she. All right.
No, I just want people to have. No, you don't even need an open mind. What you need to do, see facts for what they are. Ask questions. If you don't know, don't say so. Honestly, that's how this is why I believe Steve on everything. I ask and I will receive information that I need. You know what I mean? Just that's all you have to do. And don't listen to KJ blindly. Honestly, you people need a wake up call. Not you people in the chat. You guys are amazing, but you know what I mean.
And I wholeheartedly agree, and I appreciate that. That's why the people that come to me, I've always said honest interlocutors get honest answers, and they do. And
you never scared me wrong ever. And
I never will.
When some shit happened to me, you're the first one that came to me and asked me if I was all right. And I totally, genuinely, I love that. I was really, that meant a lot to me.
And that's sincere too.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's one thing that Katie would never do. You think Katie would ever give a flying fuck about helping anybody else, promoting any of the channel, or doing anything that doesn't benefit her? Ever?
Yeah, exactly. Ever, yeah.
My guy, and by the way, people, if you haven't subscribed to Nikki, what the hell's wrong with you, first of all? But let's put your link out there. Because you do a lot of interesting stuff, and we got to do a ghost show.
Yeah, do the aliens. Yes.
Aliens are ghost shows. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So there's a link in the video description. Take 5 seconds, go subscribe to her real quick, and I know Nikki's got to go, and I'm going to wrap this up. All right. So.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for going through this all.
Really, yeah, it was a blast. I loved it, and this is awesome. Oh, I can't wait. That's great. I can't wait to see what happens next.
All right. I'm going to wrap it up.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right. So there you go. So anybody that wants to, copy of this or whatever, let me know, or at least, have some questions on it, by all means, just just let me know. I was going to give this out to other people on their channels. I had asked around. I had told people, hey, you want to interview me? Nobody really wanted to take me up on it. Okay, whatever. So be it. It is what it is. But that's still standing. There's certain people that didn't want to deal with it. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna force myself on your channel to talk about something. But people that want to come on my channel to talk about, I'm gonna knock yourself out. And I appreciate very much Nikki coming on to discuss this. I think it was something that has long been forthcoming to show once and for all that yes, everything I've fucking been telling people have been the truth. Everybody that's been supporting Katie Joy has been lying to people. Everything they've said is not only speculation, but is false speculation. Sir, General, I'll definitely get your copy. But yeah, this is what Katie does. She speculates and then she uses other people to promote her narratives. And we see it time and time again. And so those people, I think few people are recognizing who those players are. And if you don't, then you're just not paying attention. But now the truth. Now that she is, she had this lawsuit. She could still file it. Everything in here is complete bullshit. And me filing or not doesn't really make a difference if I don't really want to spend $30,000 or whatever is total in order to get what out of it. I can't recoup my losses because of 7M and Todd Cressley because my lawyer has said they're going to win. They're going to get money out of this. They have a great case, basically. That's what he implied. He even said to me, what is there left? What is there going to be left to take? She has no insurance. Right. And you can say, well, you can sue for more of this money. Yeah, no, I get that, but it's not your money on the line. And I'm not exceptionally well off. I have a savings account that I have enough to survive, but it's nothing of any major consequence. It's just enough to live on. And I'm okay with that. But when you have people saying, oh, Steve's scamming people, really? The hell is it that I've spent $5,000 fucking dollars more than the GoFundMe? And that's a scam. Or $5,000 on the NonSequitur showcase in order to finalize that, which I have not been in the red yet. I have still not made a profit on NonSequitur, and I've been doing that for 3 years, and I still have not made a profit. Explain this to me. Other people have made money. Other people have made money on the NonSequitur show, and I have not seen a single penny in the black yet. I'm still in the red. Now, it should be getting in the red or in the black pretty soon, but that's not the point. I'm just the people that are running these narratives. I'm sorry. Stay the fuck away from my channel. You say whatever you want. Put it on your channel. I don't care. I don't watch any of those videos, and I never will. But all it's been doing is just solidifying everything I've said from the beginning, that these people are not just dishonest, they're evil, and they're sociopathic. And they're putting out misinformation for their own benefit, and that's it. And I will not watch them. I will not respond to them. I have not responded to things publicly, and I will not respond to certain things publicly. Because they don't deserve a public response. It's simple as that. But anyways, I am wrapping this up. So Reds did tweet confirming it that thank you, you sexy but ugly beast. Yes, I did tweet that to him. I did put that as a thank you to the GoFundMe, which again. People were lying about. It's perfectly fine. GoFundMe knows it's completely legit, and I do have receipts for probably close. I would say it's around 10,000, give or take, in legal fees, and I only recouped 4,000. So you do the math, right? So there you go. Now you guys know the facts. You have the evidence. Do it what you will. I'm going to be probably doing more philosophy stuff, hopefully, and science stuff and debate stuff. I got people that want debates. My next person on NonSequitur show. Or at least on my channel, one or the other. Yes, I do have G-Man coming back. I apologize to the community. Forgive me. I'm probably going to lose subs, but it's just comedy gold. It's just comedy gold. I mean, I'm sorry, but the funniest thing I've ever had in my life was G-Cat. To hang out with G-Man and G-Cat on Pine Trees and Elephants. I still watch. I watched it the other day and I still laughed. I cannot laugh when I see that. So, I think there's more fuckery in store there, and I apologize to the community, but yes, I'm gonna have G-Man back on. I think this Friday on Non-Sequitur maybe. But anyways, yeah. Attorney General says can't wait to see the troll math in the coming days. Yeah, Steve's profiting, although he spent $10,000 and made $4,000 on GoFundMe. Good job, people. And a blog that was $22. But like I said, I'm gonna leave my GoFundMe open. It doesn't matter. I'll disable it maybe, in a week or two, whatever. But if people wanted to help me recoup losses just for the fuck of it to piss people off, go for it. I don't care at this point because I have nothing to prove to dishonest people. I never have, never will, and never did. And people say, well, why don't you talk about things publicly? Don't need to, because I don't address evidence, not claims. And they had no evidence. Katie had no evidence of any of this in her lawsuit. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to wrap it up. It's starting to get hot in here. Fernando says G-Man's been spiraling of late. That spiral, that vortex of insanity has gone on since I've known G-Man. So, but anyways, guys, thanks for watching this. Thank you for my mods. Thank you for my members. Thank you for Autistic Shield for being a member of the channel and a mod. They get a special wrench and star. Look at that. They get cool stuff. But I want to thank my Patreons once again. I still have Patreon. I want to thank the people that have donated to the GoFundMe very much so. I gave every one of them a thank you. Literally within 24 hours, you should have got a thank you. If you didn't, let me know. But I'm very appreciative. You know now that the money did all go for the legal fees. And yes, I will tell you this. I did not pay for anybody else. All that money was for my case and my case only. Not a single dime went to pay for anybody else's lawsuit or legal fees or lawyers. Nothing. Not in any of my GoFundMes. Nothing. So I know there's some weird rumor. Oh, you paid for such and such attorney. No, I didn't. Go fuck off. But I am going to wrap it up. I'll see you in the Non-Sequitur Show on Friday. Please like, subscribe, go to the Non-Sequitur Show. And by the way, this channel, I think, needs like 7 more to get to 17,000. 17,000. I had 17.2. I dropped 200. And it's just an OCD thing with me. I like even numbers, I guess. So if I can get 7 more subscribers, if you guys want to help promote this channel, I'd appreciate it very much so. On your channel, if you do a video, so, get me 7 more subs. I said 7. I'm not asking even for 700. 7, I think it is. And with that, leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you're a troll, get the fuck out of my life because I want nothing to do with you. And I hope that my viewers and my supporters and those support those content creators that I've named in the video description that so far I see nothing but honesty with. And that'd be people like Nikki, people like Aaron, in case people suck, people like Tina, people like Red's Rhetoric, even though he is ugly as hell, trust me. People like Tia, who I just recently got to know, but her commentary has been very, very spot on. And I'm sure I'm missing some people, and I apologize, but I'm very grateful. You don't ever see Katie appreciating her viewers or her appreciating those people that have support her, or appreciating her subscribers, even her mods. You never see Katie do that. And me, I can't appreciate enough. I don't even want to end the fucking hangout how much I appreciate it and how much does it make me feel good. And I really do appreciate it. So, but I guess all those things got to come to an end. But leave me a comment. And with that, take care, guys. And I'll be seeing you Friday. I might have something on this channel between now and then, but definitely Non-Sequitur Show, G-Man Friday. See you there.